This is Sodbuster Baseball in advance of a single game with the North Platte Plainsmen. An opportunity to hear from the head coach, Luke Bay. His team coming off a series win at Casper. Dropped the opener Friday. Sounded like a couple of nice bounce-back games Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, we kind of carried that skid into the second half. And Friday was a long day. It was a long bus ride up there. Boys were tired. They weren't flying around. They were letting things get to them that they couldn't control as well. There's some frustration with some of the calls the umpire made, but at the same, the Horseheads had to play with the same guy behind the dish too. And so I was pretty disappointed Friday. I think I was more disappointed myself to where I couldn't, get my team in the right mindset to go out and compete and play the best brand of baseball that we can play. So Saturday I challenged them to control the controllables, overcome all the stuff that we were going to deal with that day. I think the weather was in question again. Umpires are always an external factor, and you can't control. You can't control errors behind you. You can't control the umpires. You can't control really the outcomes of your at-bats. All you can focus on is doing what you need to do to accomplish the task at hand. And so that was the challenge. Stay positive, stay on us, control the controllables, and just be relentless in the way you play this game.
And sometimes get the right guy on the mound, that can stabilize the game too. And it sounds like you had a really good start from Will Horton. Matt Sagman had a clean inning, and Blake Scott makes his debut and gets a save in 2 innings. Talk a bit about the performance on the mound Saturday in that 4-2 win.
Horton threw the ball extremely well. Horton's grown so much this summer. From the first time that I saw him pitch here against, I believe it was Spearfish, just his mindset and just trusting his ability to overcome anything on the mound has grown, and I think that has such a big impact on his ability to have success that game. Sagman came in probably that was Sunday when he came in and jam. Sagman threw a clean inning. It's awesome. He's a really good arm. And then actually it was not Blake Scott. It was Chris Mazzini.
Oh, okay.
So Chris threw. We went Sagman, Mazzini threw an inning, and that was phenomenal to see from Chris. He did that was so awesome. I'm so happy for that kid. He's been through a lot. He cares about the game. He works his tail off, and it just hadn't worked out for him yet this summer. And Saturday, his mom was there. She got to see him pitch and do really, really, really well. And I'm just so happy for him. He threw 14 pitches in an inning. Didn't 2 out of 3 first pitch strikes. I think he had 2 punchies and no walks, and he looked confident, and he looked like he was having fun. And that was the biggest thing with Chris that I wanted to see. And then Ryan comes in and finishes the game for us, and it was good to get him back on the horse after his kind of rough outing against Fremont. So yeah, Saturday was a very good pitching performance. And then we carried that momentum into Sunday, and it was the same challenge. Control what you can control, focus on us, stay on us, and go out and play the best brand of baseball that we can play.
And Sunday it was a nice start, 9 runs in the second inning, a season-high 24 hits in the game. Nice to go out and pound somebody and just, take out some frustration before that long road trip.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear
single walk, single or something like that. And so we could have gone right back to where we were during that skid. And I'm proud of the boys because they didn't let that happen. They stayed hungry.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local,
now it's North
honest.
Platte, and I know you've been on the opposite end a few times where you're getting a team coming off a long road trip. You guys make the 9-hour trip. Focus, 100 degrees, go out, play baseball.
Absolutely. You got to be. If you want to be a great baseball player, you got to be the same person every day when you show up to the yard. We cut BP down a little bit today. Try to give the boys a little bit more time to sleep, get ready to go because it is going to be hot. It's going to be a long game, and this is a good team, and it's going to be a great challenge to see how well we can overcome all the external factors that you have to face to be a good baseball player.
And, defensively, when you play against a team like North Platte, I always feel like you guys are very aggressive on the bases. They've stolen twice as many bases, you guys, over 100 stolen bases. Does that factor in, or do you just go out and pitch the way you're going to pitch?
We do have to focus on controlling the running game when we're on the mound. We can't just let them take free. Can't give them second base. We got to work hard behind the dish. No free 90s. And just aggressive in the zone. Other than that, really nothing changes from the way that we want to attack these guys. We just got to be a little more aware that they do like to run and do some things. But it's the same mission: aggressive in the zone, control what you can control, and fly around for 9 innings today.
What's JT Cafferty bring to the hill?
He's going to throw a fastball that's anywhere from I would say 83 to he can run it up to probably 88. And he throws a splitter, a slider, and a curveball. I think his slider is his best out pitch. I think the curveball is more of it's not a get me over. I don't like to use the word get me over. It's just not a true swing and miss pitch unless the batter's really set up for it. I think the slider gives a better chance for swing and miss. Splitter's really good, and he's just got to be aggressive in the zone and trust and just go every time he pitches and go let it eat. Don't tiptoe into it. It's on from pitch one. You got really good stuff. Let it go. I don't care how long you go. We got full bullpen. Give us as many quality innings as you can, and we'll take it from there.
As far as the lineup, I mean, summer ball, it fluctuates so much. Did you kind of lineup you have? It seems like there's 18 guys.
Are you tired of lousy internet?
Everybody about 2 out of every 3 days.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Let's face it.
Have in your lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every one of our guys is a great baseball player, and I fully believe in every single one of them. The depth we have is awesome. Gives guys some breathers, some days off, and top to bottom, when they're on, they're every one of them is really good, and it starts between the ears, and they got to lean into the challenge of summer ball, and that's playing in hot weather. It's playing after long bus rides. It's playing with, sometimes in a poor energy environment. Sometimes it's overcoming, the umpires and all the external factors. We got to focus on what we can control and go out and fly around and lean into the challenge and embrace that challenge for this opportunity.
Luke Bay, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings getting set to go against North Platte, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise.
I can play.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as we bring you Hastings and North Platte. It's a happy 4th of July. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon, and our engineer today is Mason Hendricks. Get to the starting lineup in advance of today's game between the Hastings Sodbusters and the North Platte Plainsmen. Hastings coming off a series win at Casper after dropping the opener on Friday 10-4. Battled back with a couple of wins. Actually, they lost 10-3 on Friday, then won 4-2, and 19-4 yesterday on Getaway Day. So nice performance for the Hastings Sodbusters to get this series win. Starting lineups for Luke Bay's crew. Garrett Kennedy leads off. He plays right field. Brandon Larson at first base, batting second. Batting third, Aaron Harper, and he plays third base. Trevor Matson is the designated hitter, batting fourth, and it's Danny Garcia, the shortstop. Nick Jones does the catching and bats sixth. Batting seventh, Dallin Quigley in left field. Blake Burrows in center field, batting eighth, and Tegan Tamiya bats ninth. He is at second base. Tegan, by golly, we've pronounced your name, I think, 4 different ways now, and I've asked him twice, and he's told me 2 different ways. But from now and forever till the end of the season, we're going with Tegan Tamiya. All right. Okay, for the North Platte Plainsmen, Drew Sturgeon is the center fielder. Connor Flagg bats second and plays left. Giancarlo Servine is the designated hitter and batting third. Then it's Connor Higgs in right field. Angel De La Cruz is at first base, and he's batting fifth. Oscar Stark plays third base. Then it's Griffin Myers batting seventh and catching. Cade Wood, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Garrett Thompson is the second baseman, batting ninth. So once again for the Sodbusters, Kennedy, Larson, Harper, Matson, Garcia, Jones, Quigley, Burrows, and Tamiya. And North Platte goes with Sturgeon, Flagg, Servine, Higgs, De La Cruz, Stark, Myers, Wood, and Thompson. Our pitching matchup today, J.T. Cafferty for the Hastings Sodbusters and Caden Fiveash for the North Platte Plainsmen. Hastings winning 2 out of 3 in their most recent series. The North Platte Plainsmen, they ended up beating the Western Nebraska Pioneers, the first half champs. These two teams actually tied for first place in the first half. The Plainsmen ended up beating Western Nebraska at Western 5-2, and then ended up following that up, lost the second game 7-1, so they ended up splitting. The two teams were playing a second game of a doubleheader yesterday, but it got rained out with Western Nebraska leading by a score of 3-2 in the 5th inning. And so they will not count the stats. We'll see if they're able to resume that later in the year. Now, North Platte's not scheduled to go back to Western, so I'm not sure of the status of that game at this point. The updated standings in the Nebraska Land Division. We're now in the second half with the Fremont Moo at 4-1, North Platte 2-1, Hastings 2-2, Western Nebraska 1-2, and the Nebraska Prospects are 0-3. Great Plains Division, Badlands 2-1, Spearfish 3-2, Gem City 2-2, Canyon County 1-2, Casper 1-3. First half champions Western Nebraska of the Nebraska Land Division and Badlands of the Great Plains Division. So those two teams guaranteed a spot in their respective 3-game series at the end of the year. The second half champion would also qualify for that. If the first and second half champs are the same, it'll be the team with the second best overall win percentage to qualify for the playoffs. It is steamy, near 100 degrees today, with the winds blowing in from right center, almost out of the straight south today here at Duncan Field. 367 down the right field line, 370 down the left field line, 405 to the alleys, 408 to straightaway center here at Duncan Field as Hastings and North Platte get set to go. These two teams have some past history. Back on June 8th, North Platte took a 4-3 win, unable to get any other games in that series in due to weather, and so they made up games back on June 18th, a doubleheader, with the Sodbusters winning 2-1.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest,
really nice
hassle-free.
bounce back for the Sodbusters after they went to Casper. You heard from Luke Bay about that squad which lost to Casper on Friday 10-3. But coming back and getting it rolling on Saturday. Started with the pitching of Will Horton, who went the first 6 innings, allowed 2 runs on 8 hits, struck out 4, and walked 2. Then Matt Sagmet came in, got out of a jam, and he was able to work the 7th. The official stats that were posted on the Independence League website incorrect in terms of the pitchers, so we apologize for that question to Luke Bay. He did let us know that Chris Mazzini ended up working an inning, and then Ryan Jacobs worked an inning. Both those guys getting clean innings to knock things down against the Horseheads. And then they followed that up. Trailed 1-0 against the Horseheads yesterday, put up 9 in the second, and on the way to a laugher, had a 19-4 lead after 6 innings of play, and that's the way it would end as the Sodbusters out hit the Horseheads 24-7. Really needed that one. Needed to go out and pound somebody, and they did that. Trayton Scully worked the first 4 innings, allowed 4 runs, none of them earned, but then he gave way to David Rudgrove. David working 3 good innings, striking out 2, walking 2, and then Jacob Shaw came in, worked the final 2 innings for the Sodbusters, so David Rudgrove picks up the win in relief in that 19-4 thrashing of the Hastings Sodbusters. We're going to turn things over to the PA person right now, Kylie Sadamka. Actually, let's see, not quite yet. We'll do that when we have our national anthem. She's not quite ready, so we'll just continue to talk things. Josh Salmon has joined us, and it's been a chaotic 4th of July for Josh, but happy to have him here, and good to have you in the broadcast booth and ready to go.
All right, and luckily no police officer saw me on the way here. We'll just put it that way. So
yes,
made it here in time, and we're ready for first pitch. Busters love the new uniforms today, the blue uniforms. We'll talk about that more as the game goes along. Here is Kylie Sadamka.
Stop in and see what they can do for you. Tonight, our anthem will be performed by Joe Vanderpool.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Joe Vanderpool of Aurora with our national anthem today in advance of the Hastings Sodbusters North Platte Plainsman matchup. And yes, if you are watching, you're thinking, who are these guys? The Sodbusters in their red, white, and blue uniforms today, while North Platte is in their gray jerseys with the green numbers trimmed in white. And we have the national anthem challenge going on right now. 3 for the Sodbusters, 1 for the Plainsmen as we get things ready to roll here. And the Hastings Sodbusters, they're going to be sending J.T. Cafferty to the hill today. J.T. This year making his 6th appearance, his 5th start. He does have 1 complete game this year. He's thrown 18 2/3 innings. He's allowed 15 runs, 10 of them earned on 25 hits. He struck out 11 and walked 6. Coming into today with a record of 0 wins and 4 losses. Maybe JT can get his first victory of the year. The Hastings guy who goes to Arkansas Tech. Could also do some catching, but really it's primarily turned into a pitcher since going to Arkansas Tech, and the Sodbusters have plenty of other catching options.
I love the red, white, and blue socks as well. I would totally wear those if I could find some. That would be awesome.
Yep, and Jason Frew, maybe you can buy them from him.
He might give me a discount.
Yeah,
of course, he probably wouldn't wash them first.
Oh,
that would, yeah.
He's the guy in the. He's the mic guy who will be going through the stands today with all the contests, and so we appreciate his extra work. But a little bit steamy today. We should have a fun day for baseball. The Hastings defense looks like this. Nick Jones is behind the plate. At first base, it's Brandon Larson, who's been red hot. Then at second base, Tegan Tamiya. At third, it's Aaron Harper. The shortstop, Danny Garcia. In left field, Dallin Quigley. Center field, Blake Burrows. And in right field, Garrett Kennedy. That's the defense behind right-hander J.T. Cafferty. And he'll be facing one of the top hitting teams in the Independence League. The North Platte Plainsmen coming into today at 301. Fremont leads the league in hitting at 330. Contrast that with the Sodbusters, 8th in the league at 269. Now ERA a little bit different. Sodbusters, they are 3rd in the conference in team ERA at 4.44, just ahead of North Platte at 4.91. Hope you enjoy today's broadcast of the Sodbusters and the Plainsmen meet for the 4th time this year, as you've got the 2 guys still on there.
What position is Trayton Scully playing right now?
Trayton Scully is just a pitcher, and they actually...
Hey, he won.
Yep, they ended up having rock, paper, scissors to see who
there
won.
We go.
I don't know if you saw that. Yep,
no.
Yep, so... And
Nice.
they both get a laugh. Trayton Scully wins for the Sodbusters. I think it was North Platte's Asher Hastings, who sounds like he should be playing for the Sodbusters.
Right, he's on the wrong side.
Yep. Here's J.T. Cafferty's first pitch, and it's just a little bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Drew Sturgeon is the first hitter for the North Platte Plainsmen. As a Sturgeon coming into today, just playing his 2nd game of the year. Pitch is over for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike on Drew Sturgeon, with Connor Flagg and Giancarlo Servine set to bat here in the first. The pitch from JT is ground bounce back up the middle off of Cafferty, I believe. It's going to be barehanded by the shortstop. Throw to first, safe. Infield single. Excellent effort there for Danny Garcia, who barehanded it and threw, but Sturgeon with the infield single and 1 on. Nobody out for the North Platte Plainsmen with Connor Flagg coming up.
Yeah, it's just one of those tough things where hit the mound, but Garcia was going the opposite direction, had to slam on the brakes, and it was still a very valiant and very good throw nonetheless.
So it didn't get a piece of JT. It took such an odd hop. I thought maybe he got a part of his ankle, but he's okay, and we get set to go for the second batter of the game as Flagg steps in, hitting .354 on the year for this solid-hitting North Platte squad. Pitch over for a strike, and you really have to be aware of the run game for North Platte. They have stolen 104 bases this year. Wow. Contrast that with a team you feel is pretty aggressive. Hastings, they have stolen only 51, so you have to keep an eye on the base runners. Runner at first, nobody out. North Platte and Hastings just getting rolling. Off-speed pitch stays high. It's 1-1 on Connor Flagg.
The most patriotic name in the lineup today.
Yep.
Yep.
Central Arkansas product out of Greenbrier, Arkansas. JT Cafferty brings home the 1-1 pitch, and this one is bounced back up the middle. Could be two. No, it's back into center field for a base hit. Garcia couldn't quite get there, and North Platte has 2 on with nobody out. It came off the bat. I thought Garcia was going to make the play. Instead, it's a single through the infield and runners at first and second. Nobody out here for the North Platte Plainsmen with Giancarlo Servine coming to the plate.
All right, well, let's see what this does to JT. Sometimes a couple hits, kind of rattles the pitcher early in the game, so he's just got to stay on his game and focus here and get this guy.
Servine, solid hitter, 383, leads the team in most offensive categories, including RBIs with 24, home runs at 6, 9 doubles to lead the team, and leads the team in hits. So not a guy you want up there with a runner in scoring position. It's over for a strike. Giancarlo didn't think so, but it's no balls and 1 strike on Servine, a Texas A&M Kingsville product. He's out of Edinburgh, Texas. Texas A&M Kingsville is where the head coach is an assistant coach, J.M. Kelly, who's not here today. Line drive, right center field, could be trouble. That's going to fall, and North Platte is going to try to score a run. They try to get the runner to second as the throw comes in, and they will do so. I think you had a play at Servine, maybe at second base. That was going to be the best play, but Tamia didn't realize it and just hurled it home. And Servine ends up at second base, Flagg at third, and it's a great start for North Platte as they have the first 3 on against JT Cafferty, including 1 home, 1 run, 3 hits so far for the North Platte Plainsmen against JT.
Yeah, that was fundamental baseball. You no chance of getting the guy at home. You got to at least try to get the guy at second. That was your best effort, and they didn't try that.
So runner at second and at third for North Platte as here's Connor Higgs stepping to the left-handed box. JT brings the pitch home. That's high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Connor Higgs. Higgs, the top hitter on the team. Now, he's played in only 11 games, but 553 so far for him. Has 21 hits and 38 at-bats. He's knocked in 12, and he has been tough. Pitch right there for a strike. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Higgs. Now, if you're JT, just minimize the damage. Maybe hold him to 1 more at this point with nobody out. Runners at second and third, and a great start for the Plainsmen. Sodbuster's a little leg weary after 9 hours coming home from Casper, and this is not the start they were hoping for. Pitch right across for strike 1 and 2 the count now on Connor Higgs. He's a product of Louisiana Lafayette.
He's had 2 multi-hit games, including 2 games with 4 hits apiece, so this guy can swing a bat.
Left-handed batter, JT Cafferty, the right-handed pitcher, brings it home. Swinging a foul ball as the catcher Nick Jones couldn't hang on. 1 and 2 on Connor Higgs as 3 hits for North Platte. 1 bounced off the mound and turned into an infield single. 1 snuck through the middle for a base hit, and then a solid hit to right center field. North Platte has gotten rolling here early against the Hastings Sodbusters. JT Cafferty will reset. Now he's set to go. Trying to find a way to get the first out of the game. Pitch way high. He'll not be pleased with that effort, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah. Top half of inning number 1, the Hastings Sodbusters and the North Platte Plainsmen.
Last time he faced the Plainsmen was on June 17th, and he got the loss in that one and no innings pitched.
2-2 pitch outside, 3 and 2. So a pair of singles and a double for North Platte. Now, Sodbusters should be in pretty good shape pitching-wise, particularly with tomorrow off, so wouldn't be out of the realm of question to see early bullpen action. 3-2 pitch. Popped up foul, a long run for everyone, and this will reach the seats, and it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Connor Higgs.
Been a little while since we've seen Aaron Harper play third base, but he's one of those guys with great hands. He can play anywhere in the infield. We got him at third, and you got Garcia short today, so a little bit different left side of the infield than we've seen, but very capable over there.
Tegan Tamia is at second, and at first it's Brandon Larson, the rest of the Sodbuster infield, and if the way things are going now, they may switch to the green or gold jerseys between innings. These red, white, and blue ones aren't doing the trick early anyway.
Not lucky jerseys right now.
3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm all for America, but hey,
you got to win a game.
That's right. JT Cafferty brings it home. High for ball 4, and now they're loaded up with nobody out. Good at bat there for Connor Higgs. It has been a struggle here for JT early on. It's going to be an early visit to the hill for head coach Luke Bay. Bay for the Hastings Sodbusters was a grad assistant at Kansas State, still looking for his next coaching opportunity at this point after getting his master's. His assistant coach is Chris Ceballos, and Jake Bigham has taken off for greener pastures. Congratulations to him. Went back to Southeastern Oklahoma State, where they were looking for coaching help, so he is no longer with the team. Meanwhile, the North Platte Plainsmen under former Hastings coach J.M. Kelly. He is not here today. The only guy they have is Eric Sandos. He is another guy who's down at Texas A&M Kingsville. That's where J.M. is an assistant coach, and Eric is a grad assistant there at Texas A&M Kingsville, so he's the only coach on staff here for the North Platte Plainsmen.
When J.M. Kelly was here, he was still a scout for the Astros. I don't know if he's still doing that or not. But
Angel De La Cruz is the right-handed batter stepping in against J.T. Cafferty. He fouls this off his own foot. No balls, one strike. That stings as De La Cruz comes to bat for the first time today. Another solid hitter, about .395 on the year, 7 RBIs, 6 runs scored. We're in the top half of the first. 1 home already for North Platte. Nobody out. Sodbusters trying to find a way to turn 2. They would sacrifice a run if they could get a middle infield double play right now. Here's the pitch. High pop-up into right field, and coming on, long run, and it's going to fall. Everybody is going to be safe. Runners will be at every base, and now they're going to try to score a second run. Here comes the throw home, and out at home. So coming around third was Giancarlo Servine, and the Sodbusters do get a little consolation prize out of that as Garrett Kennedy, who couldn't make the play initially, does get the throw out there. It will be an RBI single for De La Cruz. Flag scores, and Servine trying to score was thrown out.
yeah, Garrett Kennedy ran past the ball, so then he really had to make a good throw to home to get the runner, and he did.
And Connor Higgs ends up at third base when all is said and done, as first pitch swinging is Oscar Stark. Stark into right center field with this one. It's going to be fielded by Burrows. Here comes the throw home, and now going to be a sac fly there. Again, they just are very aggressive. Sodbusters had Blake Burrows coming in short center field, but it was really no contest as Connor Higgs scores. And the third run of the inning, it'll be a sacrifice fly to center field for Oscar Stark. He gets an RBI, and 3 runs are on the board for North Platte, with Griffin Myers trying to continue the inning for the Plainsmen.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the pitcher didn't run over and cover first. They could have got the runner at first as Brandon Larson cut it off, but there was nobody to throw it to, and he couldn't run it back himself.
As here is Myers coming to the plate. The pitch is across for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Although fundamentally, I think your
Right.
pitcher's probably backing up home right there, and I think that's just one of those deals where you kind of give the opportunity for the guy to make the big turn because you want to back up home plate on that play.
Yeah, second could have covered first because Larson was the cutoff guy anyways.
Pitch across for strike. Griffin Myers down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. As Myers gets into bat here in this first inning. 231 on the year for the North Platte Plainsmen. 3 runs, 4 hits already for North Platte. The pitch is popped up foul. Sodbusters give it a look, and it hits off the top of the dugout. No chance there. The ball's 2 strikes, the count on Griffin Myers. He is out of Washington State.
22 pitches this inning for J.T. Cafferty, so that's quite a bit in the first inning.
Yep, especially when it's 100 degrees. So it's not looking to be a particularly long outing if this first inning is any indication. 0-2 pitch, instead a throw over to first, and you had the runner, Angel De La Cruz, just about 2 steps off. He did not have a big lead at all. They do steal a lot of bases, but you don't figure he's going at this point as the pitch is taken high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Griffin Myers.
De La Cruz has not stolen a base this year, so he doesn't have any of those 100 stolen bases.
3 runs, 4 hits here in the first for North Platte. Sodbusters going to have to battle back against a pretty good Plainsman team. 1-2 pitch on the way. Little looping liner to right field. Garrett Kennedy has to play it on a hop. Runners at first and second. The 5th hit already for the Plainsmen as they'll send their 8th man to bat in inning number 1. And now really critical that JT closed the door here to keep them at 3 with the Plainsmen sending Cade Wood to the plate now, the right-handed hitting shortstop.
Yeah, the only other time JT's given up 3 runs this season was against the Plainsmen back on June 17th. He did that in 3 innings pitched. Or no, actually, that was the no innings pitched on that one. 3 batters faced.
Pitch taken for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Cade Wood, who's hitting 244 coming into today. He's knocked in 9 and scored 14. JT Cafferty trying to survive the first here on the 4th. Check of the runners at first and second, and the pitch. That's across for strike. 1-1 the count on Cade Wood. North Platte already on top, 3-0, and looking for more here, as it has been a grind for JT Cafferty in the first. And after a 9-hour bus ride, the leg-weary Sodbusters hoping for a crisp start. It has not been that way so far. 1-1 delivery, and this one is fouled back into the stands. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You heard Luke Bay trying to find ways to minimize that fatigue. Went with a shorter batting practice today and said no excuses. You got to come out and play. I mean, we've seen teams come in here after long road trips and really struggle, and you have to find a way if you're going to do the summer baseball thing. And right now, Sodbusters are being beaten up here in the first, but it's a long old game. JT Cafferty, 1-2 pitch. Outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cade Wood.
Yeah, hopefully they got 2 or 3 coolers of water out there because it's close to 100 degrees here today.
28 pitches in the inning for JT Cafferty, as he has worked almost exclusively out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single to Drew Sturgeon. First at bat of the game. 2-2 pitch. Sodbusters would have taken it. It's called inside for 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fans aren't really happy about that, and we'll do it here at 3-2, which will also allow North Platte to have the added advantage of getting the runners in motion. 3-2, 2 outs, and runners at first and second with De La Cruz at second, Myers at first. JT Cafferty winds and delivers, and this one fouled away. Good job there for Cade Wood to stay alive to see another pitch here in the first.
30 pitches JT's at right now. And he's got something going on with the coach right now. The umpire pointed at the coach and then pointed at the other umpire. Something about a runner needs to go back, I think. So this is interesting.
Well, the ball was fouled away, wasn't it? Right now they've put the runner at first.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Was a catcher interference? He got a piece of the catcher. So the swing actually touched the glove of the catcher, Nick Jones. So catcher interference will allow Cade Wood to reach.
Well, if it wasn't for bad luck, Busters wouldn't have any luck this inning right now, just trying to get that 3rd out.
So runners at every base right here for North Platte as they try to put the finishing touches on a great first inning, already leading 3-0. And you really feel bad for JT Cafferty on that one. He would have had a chance. Here's a bouncing ball to Larson, able to scoop it up. He will win the race to first to retire Garrett Thompson. 9 men come to the plate and 3 score. It's North Platte 3, Hastings coming up, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Hastings will be sending Kennedy, Larson, and Harper up against Caden Five-Ash. Five-Ash getting a start today for the North Platte Plainsmen.
as get an opportunity to see him take the hill for this squad. He is making his 8th appearance, his 6th start, 28 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed 9 runs, 8 of them earned on 28 hits. He struck out 48 and walked only 8, comes in with a 2-1 record. So this is a strikeout dude, and Hastings going to have to find a way to put the ball in play against him, and they need offense in a big way after J.T. Cafferty was roughed up for 3 earned runs on 5 hits. It actually could have been worse, as you had the North Platte Plainsman with the bases loaded when the inning ended. 31 pitches thrown for J.T. See what the Soundbusters can get done here as they try to even the season series with North Platte at 2 games apiece. And facing a pretty good one here for North Platte in Five Ash. As Five Ash an ERA of 2.54. Mentioned the team ERA for North Platte at 4.91, right in the middle of the pack of this 10-team Independence League.
Well, it's very important that Hastings comes out and gets at least 1 on the board here to lessen the deficit. You can't let this get out of hand, and you're only in the first inning. It's 3-0, so you've got to come out and try to get something, get a little tink in the armor here of Five Ash, and get some confidence back in your pitcher and make it a long inning and give him a little bit of a rest.
Griffin Myers is doing the catching today. Angel De La Cruz is at first base. At second, it's Garrett Thompson. The third baseman, Oscar Stark. Shortstop, Cade Wood. In left field, Connor Flagg. Center field, Drew Sturgeon. And in right field, Connor Higgs. That's the defense behind Caden Five Ash. Hope you enjoyed today's Sodbuster broadcast on YouTube. It's Steve Stein. It's Josh Salmon. Mason Hendricks is our producer today as Garrett Kennedy steps to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters. Kennedy has been one of the more consistent players for this Hastings team this year, batting .338. Does lead the team with 2 home runs, both those coming in the Fremont doubleheader last week. Has a triple, 4 doubles. He's knocked in 13. He's scored 21 times, and he takes strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Garrett Kennedy. Pitch way outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy, Nebraska Omaha product. He's out of Millard West, a Grand Island native. Grand Island just up the road. 1-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. 1-2 the count on Garrett Kennedy.
Yeah, the game yesterday against Horseheads, he was 3 for 7. 7 at bats in that game, had 4 RBIs. Everybody, it's like the Oprah show. Everybody gets a hit. You get a hit, you get a hit.
24 hits in the game for the Hastings Sodbusters. They out-hit him in the contest 24-7. Won the game 19-4 as the pitch misses for 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett Kennedy played in the first game of that twin bill, went 1 for 5, and did not play in game number 2. 2-2 pitch called strike 3. Kennedy didn't think so, but he will sit down as Caden Five Ash gets started right where he left off with his team leading 49th strikeout, one of the top strikeout guys in the Independence League.
Brandon Larson been doing a pretty good job for himself as a college baseball player, making his debut as college baseball player here with the Sodbusters. Transitioning from a high school baseball has been doing really good.
And Larson has been outstanding. About .358. He's first pitch swinging here and right to the second baseman. Picked up and throw to first in time. Larson had a big game yesterday, but turned away here as Garrett Thompson throws him out. 2 up, 2 down for the Sodbusters, trailing at 3-0. And Hastings will come to the plate here with Aaron Harper. Harper, talk about patriotic, going with the red helmet here today for the Hastings Sodbusters.
I like it. I wonder if he especially got that or where they came up with the red helmet at, but good to see Harper starting to get the hit back a little bit. Had 2 against Horseheads on July 1st, 3 yesterday.
Pitch is taken outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Aaron Harper. Coming into today, .323. Team best 31 hits. Leads the team in RBIs with 21. Has 7 extra base hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples. Takes the pitch outside, 2-0 on Aaron Harper. Was on a tear when he began his Sodbuster career, and like I say, still very solid at .323. The team hitting .269, which is 8th in this 10-team Independence League. 3-0 to score. North Platte on top as Five Ash winds and delivers the 2-0 pitch to Aaron Harper. Outside, it goes to 3-0 on Harper.
Busters can use base runners any way they can get him. A walk would be very much welcomed with 2 down here in the first, trailing by 3.
Harper out of Northern Illinois. He hit .272 in the spring for the Huskies. 3-0 delivery on the way from 5-ash, and that's taken high, so it's a 4-pitch walk. Soundbusters do at least work the pitch count a little bit against Caden 5-ash, and they'll send a fourth batter to the plate, and that'll be the person of Trevor Matson for the Hastings Soundbusters. Matson battling through a tough summer so far, hitting .203. He's knocked in 9. He has scored 7 times. He's one of the top double producers on the team with 5 for the Hastings Soundbusters.
He only has one multi-hit game, though, and that was back on June 24th.
Here's the pitch. It's fouled straight back.
Very un-Trevor-esque.
Yep, no balls, 1 strike on Trevor. Still trying to battle through this summer after he struggled in the spring at Gardner-Webb. We'll have 1 more year of eligibility. Steps in the right-handed box. Soundbusters trying to put a 2-out rally together here after North Platte came out, jumped on the Soundbusters with 3 early runs. A lead for Harper. Does have a stolen base threat. Does not go, and the pitch is taken outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. And if Trevor Matson can put one of his patented doubles together, good chance to score Harper all the way from first.
Harper, yeah, has some speed, 4 stolen bases on the season.
5-ash comes set. Right-hander will toss over to first. A little soft toss, and no problem for Harper to get back. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's Caden 5-ash. Leads the league in strikeouts and has the 3rd best ERA. Here's the pitch. It's missing for ball 2, 2-1 the count on Trevor Matson.
Hey, Trevor's patriotic, too. He's got the blue bat today.
Oh, yeah, yep.
So you put that with the red helmet, and you got the white pants. That would be good.
Soundbusters going with the red, white, and blue unis today. 2-1 delivery, and this one is popped up. Short right field. Right fielder calls the second baseman off. No problem there as it's pulled down by Connor Higgs, and the Soundbusters are turned away. No runs, no hits, 1 man left, 1 complete. North Platte leading the Hastings Soundbusters 3-0, and this is Soundbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Soundbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
We go to inning number 2, just where we began inning number 1 in terms of North Platte as they bat their leadoff man. That's usually pretty good news as you've scored a bunch of runs. They did get 3 in that first. Soundbusters able to force North Platte to strand them loaded, but a pretty good go for North Platte, and it'll be J.T. Cafferty out throwing his 32nd pitch. Drew Sturgeon, who began the onslaught with an infield single, tries to start it again for North Platte.
Yep, see what Sturgeon can get going. Busters really need the 1-2-3 inning here. Weren't able to do anything at all in the first, so JT needs a really smooth inning here. A couple ground balls, a couple flyouts. It's only 9-mile-an-hour winds, so not going to be a huge factor there, but he just needs to get some outs early.
Wind blowing in from right on this nearly 100-degree day at Duncan Field, Hastings, and happy 4th of July to you. The pitch. Low into the dirt and back to the screen. 1 ball and no strikes. Soundbusters and Plainsmen playing early for a couple of different reasons, allowing folks to get their 4th of July fireworks shows watched. It'll allow North Platte to get back home a little earlier. 1-0 deliveries right on the outside corner. 4-strike-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. An off day tomorrow, and then the Soundbusters going to be hosting the U.S. Military All-Stars, an exhibition game Wednesday. Come on out for that. 6:35 start time. 1-1 pitch is bounce to the right side. Burrows has got it. 2 solid chances there defensively for the first baseman. I should say Brandon Larson at first, able to make a good play there again after he had a solid chance back in the first, and 1 up, 1 down here in the second.
Yeah, he's a very good defender of their big body to move around, but he fields that position well. Nice job.
And 1 out, nobody on for Connor Flagg. Flagg with a single back up the middle, and that set the table. So they were able to get an RBI double, an RBI single, and a sac fly to plate runs. Pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Connor Flagg for the North Platte Plainsmen. Here's the pitch. Little pop-up, short left field, going back. It's Hastings' Danny Garcia to make the play in short left. So 2 up, 2 down for J.T. Cafferty. And Giancarlo Servine, who had the big hit in that first. A double will stand to the right-handed box for the North Platte Plainsmen. Again, if you're watching this on video and you're trying to figure out who the teams are, you've got the North Platte with the green and silver. And, of course, North Platte wearing... That's their colors, but you see the green, and you first think Hastings Sodbusters, particularly with the red, white, and blue team out there. That's not Hastings, but that is Hastings today with their patriotic unis. Pitch right across for strike 1 to Giancarlo Servine. And J.T. Cafferty, right-hander, brings it home to the right-handed hitter. This one is popped a mile high, foul territory. Sodbusters give it a look, but that will reach the stands, and it goes to 2 strikes on Giancarlo Servine.
For J.T. Cafferty this year at Arkansas Tech, first year he's been a full-time pitcher, not just done. He's always been a utility player his entire life, and so this year he focused strictly on pitching, and that's what he's going to do now.
And went 1-1 at 2.31 ERA in 23 and the third innings pitched. So really good spring for the Wonder Boys. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Pretty tough out here. Giancarlo Servine, maybe their best player at 383, with leading the team in 4 offensive categories. 1-2 delivery. This one popped up on the right side. Sodbusters over to give it a look, and that is also going to be... Actually, fell in the field of play. The Sodbusters had an opportunity there, but Nick Jones, I think, thought it was going to go over the fence, but it just stayed inside the fence right next to the North Platte dugout. It is still 1-2.
Yeah, it was a couple inches away from the dugout against the netting there, and so I think Jones just thought, okay, this is going to be out, and it just kind of caught a little whirlwind or something and back down. So. And
it would have been an amazing play if he'd have got there, and it would have been a really tough play, but see what happens here. Servine stands in, 1-2 pitch, and this one also popped up. This will be playable, however, as Danny Garcia underneath it makes the catch, and 1-2-3 goes North Platte in the second. Plainsmen continue to lead it 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
If I won one of the 8 new trucks the Nebraska Lottery is giving away in Trucks and Bucks 2022, I'd be off-roading all the time, through muddy riverbeds, across dusty prairies. I'd treat that truck like a tank. I'd be merciless.
Can I ride along?
Only if you wear shoe covers to protect the carpeting, promise not to eat or drink anything inside the cab, and polish the dashboard when you leave.
Trucks and Bucks is back, and you can win one of 8 new trucks. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings trails it by a score of 3-0 as Hastings will send its 5, 6, and 7 hitters up there. Garcia, Jones, and Quigley against Caden Fiveash. Fiveash rock solid in the first as he struck out 1 and walked 1. And Caden Fiveash back out there. And Sodbusters knew it was going to be a tough outing anyway with Fiveash on the mound, and he's given 3 early runs. That is not a recipe to beat North Platte, as Fiveash, one of the top pitchers in the Independence League, and the Sodbusters really going to have to battle here. You just hope that they can work his pitch count, maybe get to their bullpen. And this North Platte team on the verge of winning the first half championship. They had a nice run to end the first half. The Sodbusters had a chance to help them out on the final day. If they'd have beaten Western Nebraska, it would have been North Platte winning the first half title. Western Nebraska won. They ended up in a flat-footed tie, but Western Nebraska had beaten North Platte 4 out of 6 times in the first half. Here comes Hastings' Danny Garcia. He'll take the first pitch. checked his swing, and it's ball one on Danny Garcia, batting .353 coming into today. He's knocked in 5, scored 6 times. San Jose State product, stands at the right-handed box against the right-handed pitcher 5-ash. 1-0 delivery on the way. This one is bounced foul. 1 ball and 1 strike on Danny Garcia. Garcia, college teammate of James Shimashita, who played for the Sodbusters a year ago. That's one of the ways that Garcia heard about the Hastings Sodbusters, and James had a good experience, and Sodbusters happy to have Garcia now. 1-1 delivery, and the pitch is missing for ball 2, 2-1.
Shimmy was one of those guys last year, too, that could play first base, could play a little outfield pitch for you, so he was a good utility guy to have on the team last year.
Had to get shut down. It seemed like he had some sort of an injury, and he had his summer end prematurely. 2-1 delivery. Right there for strike 2, 2-2 the count on Danny Garcia, playing the shortstop position today for the Sodbusters. A lot of versatility. You heard about Luke Bay and his enjoyment of this roster, as they can play a lot of guys in a lot of different positions and then, give the guys the rest they need. 2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3, and Garcia does not have an argument. He goes down looking, and 5-ash now with 50 strikeouts for the season, his second today, and that will bring to the plate Nick Jones.
See if Jones can get something going here for the Busters, looking for their second base runner of the game, first hit of the game. They did have a walk in the first inning with Harper, but need to get somebody on here and get them in.
Nick, 283 on the year. He's knocked in 9, and he has scored 6 times. Bats in the left-handed spot, left-handed box, and takes strike 1, no balls, 1 strike. He also goes with the red batting helmet today for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-0 the count. 5-ash winds and delivers. On the inside corner, Hastings fans not so sure. And 1-1 on Nick Jones for the Hastings Sodbusters, another Arkansas Tech wonder boy. He's an engineering major there. Arkansas Tech playing a big role in the last couple of years of the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-1 delivery on the way, and this pitch is taken high. 2-1 the count on Jones. I should say it's 1-2.
Okay, it is 1-2, yeah. I was going to say it. Andy had something else, so that's what I was checking. So 1-2 is our count.
And the delivery. Taken high and tight. 2-2 on Nick Jones. 1 out, nobody on. Sodbusters trail it by a score of 3-0. 3 runs on 5 hits, all coming in the top of the first for the Plainsmen. Then nice bounce-back inning for J.T. Cafferty, who sat him down in order on only 10 pitches.
23 pitches this game for 5-ash.
2-2 delivery. Off speed is bounced to the left side, and foul. Remains 2-2 on Nick Jones. Nick Jones playing for Arkansas Tech, which went 27-23 this past year. He's a product of Little Rock Baptist Prep High School. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Good job for Jones to check that swing. They'll appeal down to first, and first base umpire never acknowledged it, so
apparently it was...
we're going to say 3-2.
There you go.
Didn't even deserve an acknowledgement, apparently. That's like, I'm not even going to justify that with a signal. Pitch fouled away, so good at bat going here for Nick Jones. He'll face the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The left-handed hitting catcher for the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters trail at 3-0, bottom half of inning number 2 against the North Platte Plainsmen. The wide and the delivery from 5-ash. Swing and a miss at 1 out of the zone, up high, and 2 strikeouts here in the inning. Caden 5-ash has set down 5 of the first 6 he's faced.
Well, Dallin Quigley coming up, he's in need of a hit. Had a very tough series against the Horseheads. He had 11 at-bats, only had 1 hit in that entire series, but he did score 2 runs, so Dallin look maybe get him something going here during North Platte series.
His average has slipped to .247 for the summer. Does lead the team in 3 offensive categories, however. This pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Dallin. He is the top run producer at 32. He has been hit by 9 pitches this year, and he leads the team in stolen bases with 11. 0-1 delivery, take it upstairs, and 5-ash can bring it. He really pops the mitt. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Dallin Quigley. He does have 6 extra base hits this year, including a home run. That coming in the doubleheader loss to Fremont last Monday. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-ash brings it home. Off speed stays high. 2-1 on Dallin Quigley. Sodbusters trying for a 2-out base runner for the 2nd straight inning. After Aaron Harper drew a 2-out walk last inning, he was stranded at first.
Yeah, these North Platte uniforms look a lot like the Sodbuster uniforms on the road with the gray.
2-1 delivery on the way. Taken upstairs, 3-1. Dallin knows how to work the count, does have a very patient batting approach as he
14 walks. Yeah.
Second on the team in that category behind Sam Adams. 3-1 delivery. 5-ash takes his time atop the hill and brings it home. Popped up, center field. Should be an easy play, and coming in and making the one-handed grab will be Drew Sturgeon. That'll do it for Hastings. 1-2-3 go the Sodbusters in the second. It remains North Platte 3 and Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. North Platte has the lead by a score of 3-0. We head to inning number 3, and here is Josh Sam.
All right, thank you, Steve. Let's see what's going on here for the North Platte Plainsmen, as they will send up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here for the third inning. They scored 3 in the first on. I'll take that back. Oh, what am I looking at? No, they're at 4. I had to flip my card over. 4, 5, and 6 here. They scored 3 runs on 5 hits in the first inning. But 1, 2, 3 last inning. J.G. Cafferty needs another of those, and hopefully the bats will get going for the Sodbusters in the bottom of the inning. But for right now, it is Connor Higgs, the right fielder. Cleanup hitter. Swung on and missed on the breaking pitch. Strike 1. Higgs was the lone person to reach base in the first inning, and not via a hit. He reached via a walk. Higgs, he is the right fielder. Pitch on the way in there for a strike, down in the count 0-2. So JT's perhaps settling in here a little bit after a very rough first inning. Pitch count is getting up there for JT. There's some guys moving around the bullpen for the Busters, but nobody throwing currently. Here is the 0-2. One fouled off, reaching for it. Going fishing there was Higgs off the facade, and it's still 0-2. Higgs currently batting .553, as Steve mentioned. That's a crazy good batting average. You think, oh, maybe he's played 10 games. No, he's had 38 at-bats, so this guy can swing the shillelagh. Here is the pitch, and that one fouled straight back, just getting a piece of it, staying alive, is Higgs. Connor Higgs hails from Texas City, Texas. All right, the 0-2. JT wants a new sign, gets it from his catcher, Nick Jones, comes set, and the pitch. Outside corner just missed a little outside, and is 1-2. De La Cruz. Stark will also be up here for the Plainsmen this inning. If anybody reaches, it'll be Griffin Myers. Right now, the 1-2 to Connor Higgs is a little high and outside, 2-2. So good at bat here by Higgs against JT Cafferty. He was down the count 0-2, but this is the 6th pitch coming up in the at-bat. And it goes 3-2. So JT just kind of pitching away from him because he swung it 1 and fouled it off that way. Thought maybe he'd swing at it again. He's not. See if they come back inside on him. And they don't. 4 pitches, 3 in a row after the foul ball that were high and outside. So another walk, and both of those coming via Connor Higgs. Angel De La Cruz comes up. The first baseman is singled back in the first inning. Advanced to second. On a throw. So, De La Cruz 1 for 1, batting .409 with an RBI in the game. Pitch on the way, that one to left field down the line. Dallin Quigley gives it chase, but not able to come up with it. He will stop it and get it in very quickly, as best as you can do on that for where he was playing. That's a One pitch single there for De La Cruz, his second hit of the day. 2 runners on here for the Plainsmen. So not much Dallin could do with that. He just did what he could, got the ball in quickly. And it brings up Oscar Stark. Stark wears the number 34. It's Oskar, too, from Woodland Hills, California. I don't know if I've ever seen Oscar spelled that way. 284 batting average. Sacrifice fly, one of the guys that didn't reach base in the first inning. And that pitch upstairs for ball 1. Nick Jones doing a good job of framing it back there, trying to say, hey, maybe we'll get in the strike zone, but umpire didn't bite on that one, and it was a little high. 2 on here via the walk and a single. Higgs and De La Cruz, respectively, second and first. J.T. Cafferty checks his runners. When fouled off first base side, goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, Mason Heinrichs running your cameras today. Happy 4th of July to all of you. Hopefully you, when July 5th comes and you have all your fingers, it's a successful holiday. That's what I always say. I lit a few yesterday, but nothing too big. Here's the 1-1. Pop fly right center field. Who is out there? Garrett Kennedy will camp underneath it. Runner does advance, tries to advance. Throw coming into third and will advance. It was a pretty good throw, but a very good tag and slide to third. So Connor Higgs moves over on the sacrifice fly. That's twice that Stark has done that. Now runners on the corners with 1 out. So Griffin Myers comes up, the catcher. The Plainsmen went 3 runs on 5 hits and left 2 on in the first. Went 1, 2, 3 last inning, and have 2 on here with 1 out and runners on the corners. Angel De La Cruz, as we mentioned, not the fleetest of foot at first, so probably not a good chance of him stealing, although this team does steal a lot of bases. First pitch in there for a strike. He has not stolen any this season. No balls, 1 strike. J.T. Cafferty. Pitch count getting up there. There is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Hastings. That one fouled off on the first base side. Down the count is 0-2. It's Griffin Myers. So pitch count get up there a little bit for JT here in the game. Gets on to 54 pitches. Here's 55 right now. Pitch coming up. And that one a little outside. So the strike zone has been very conservative here today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Griffin Myers. Connor Higgs stands on third. Angel De La Cruz on first. 1 down, 3-0 Plainsmen. That one hits a short. This could be 2. Garcia to second. Back to first. And they get him the double play that they needed to get out of it. And there's a little bit of a tangle at second base. So the guy's okay. Yep, they're having a good time with it as he slid into second. And you have Angel Tammy, not a very big guy, gets hit by Angel Garcia, a bigger guy, but they're okay, and they tangle. So that's the way it is. It ends up being the ground ball double play and the end of the inning. Bottom of the third coming up. It's still 3-0 Plainsmen. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
Welcome back to Duncan Field as JT Cafferty gets a much-needed ground ball double play to get out of the inning, and nothing doing there for the Plainsmen in the top of the third inning. For the bottom of the third here, Hastings still looking for their first hit. It'll be Blake Burrows, Tegan Tamia, and Garrett Kennedy coming up here. And Tamia we were joking around with Angel De La Cruz. De La Cruz slid in the second, and as Tommy is making a throw over to first, and they kind of tangled up there. It looked like a little wrestling match, but they were both hugging and smiling at the end, so it's kind of funny. So in his third inning of work here is Five Ash. Five Ash doing a very good job here, as we knew coming in, as advertised. He's been a very good pitcher. 32 pitches thrown in 2 innings. 2.54 ERA for him on the season with 48 strikeouts, 3 this game for him. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here in the Independence League and other games going on around the league. And there's not very many. There's only a couple here on your 4th of July. Western Nebraska is going to be at Gym City tonight. No score. That one won't start till 6:05. And then 6:35 is Canyon County at Spearfish Sasquatch. Our score 3-0 Plainsman. I'm Josh Salmon. Steve Stein to my left. Mason Heinrichs to my right, running your cameras tonight, doing the best he can. We're having I think with a little bit of heat, technology is working with our cameras here a little bit and our technology, so we're doing the best we can on all of that. Thanks for your patience. So Blake Burrows comes up. Blake, center fielder, been a very good addition to this team here for the Sodbusters. He just brings it with his bat. He can pitch. He can play extremely good defense. He can courtesy run, whatever you need him to do. 4 for 33 on the season, .424 batting average for him. First pitch swinging out to deep left field. That's a pain in the butt left field out there with that sun. And nice catch out there by Flagg to flag it down, if you will. That's a tough sun in left field. That's a good out for him, 1 down. So fly out to left field for Blake Burrows, and very aggressive at bat for him. So Tegan Tamiya coming up, second baseman. Tegan getting the start at Keystone, batting in the 9th position. Tamiya is batting .298 for the season. 84 at-bats for him, 10 RBIs. He's walked 8 times. And takes first pitch for a ball. Buster still looking for the first hit here against Caden Five Ash. That one flowed off right field side. They're giving it chase and running into the fence. Did he make the catch? Wow, he did. Right fielder. What a catch. That's Higgs out there. He's looking, chain link fence, grass ball. Chain link fence, grass ball. Makes the catch and stops before he runs into the chain link fence. Kind of leans up against it a little bit. That's a really good play. 2 very good defensive plays in the outfield for North Platte this inning. That's a tough out and a tough pill to swallow for Hastings. Garrett Kennedy back at the top of the order here for Hastings. He struck out looking to lead off the first. He is up right now. Garrett Kennedy, 333 on the season. First pitch coming up here from Caden Five Ash is in there for a strike. Five Ash just goes right after the guys. He just throws it up there and says, hey, here it is. See what you can do with it. And haven't been able to do much. Only a walk thus far for Hastings. That one misses outside. Slider missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Kennedy can get on, Brandon Larson will be due up next. Buster still trail 3-0. 3-0 in the first. He thought, okay, they're going to maybe be able to come back, but really haven't got a hit. Just J.D. Cafferty able to keep it close. That one popped up. Should be an easy out in the infield. Second baseman running over towards first base area does make the catch out there as Thompson and the Busters go 1-2-3 here in the second inning. Still 3-0. 4th inning coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
On with you as we're set for Sodbuster Baseball here, and we're doing the 4th inning. Busters weren't able to do anything in the bottom of the 3rd, and they still trail 3-0. J.T. Cafferty back out there for the 4th inning. He will see the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for the North Platte Plainsmen. It'll be Wood, Thompson, and Sturgeon. So Cafferty got a little bit of a situation last inning, giving off a leadoff walk and then a single, but able to get a sacrifice fly and the ground-in double play by Myers to get out of a sticky situation in the 3rd. He went right through the Plainsmen back in the 2nd. 1-2-3. Could use one of those innings this time.
Sodbusters did have Braden Mackey warming behind J.T. Cafferty, so it could be Hastings Day here for the Hastings Sodbusters with Mackey, perhaps the second pitcher that could be seeing action. For Braden, we wondered if he'd make it through the second inning, but able to battle it through 31 pitches in that first inning, then only 10 in the second. Pitch count still a factor, and if he makes it through 5, it's probably a bonus today on this very hot day, trying to work his way through the fourth right here with his team trailing at 3-0.
Cade Wood comes up, the shortstop. Wood reached first the first time on a catcher's interference. So officially 0 for 1 on that. Hit backhand into the hole by Garcia. Long throw across the diamond. It's a one-hopper. Scoop by Larson, and they get him. What a nice play all around. Danny Garcia in the 5-high hole. Had to hurry and make that throw. It's a one-hopper. Great play, one down.
Yeah, very good for Garcia, and they have so many good options there. You think maybe Harper's their best shortstop, but Garcia certainly making a case that maybe he's the dude on that side of the infield, with Harper playing third base today for the Hastings Sodbusters.
You got Tamiya can also play short. He says he prefers second, so that's where he's at. Garrett Thompson comes up now. He grounded out to first base to end that very long first inning. And his first at-bats, left-handed batter here versus the right-handed J.T. Cafferty. J.T.'s one pitch this inning. That is his second pitch, and that one, that did not look bad at all.
Yeah, the fans are not happy. I think this guy must be the beer batter with the emotion that they had for that ball one call.
Yeah, they're not showing very much patriotism right now on the umpire. It's a long foul ball there down the first baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike here. So appreciate you guys tuning in here on the 4th of July. Hopefully you have all your fingers after all the firecrackers. I'm not a big guy that likes to shoot them. I'll shoot a couple for my kids during the day, smoke bombs, that kind of stuff. And then, I like to watch them. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Just blew a fastball right by him. So here it is. And it's 1-2 to Garrett Thompson. Crowd getting lively here. JT ready to go between each pitch. They're trying to slow him down. He sped up his, seems like he sped up his, his mojo or whatever, if you will, since the first inning. He was laboring, and he's really kind of sped up his pace. Swung and a miss, got him. First strikeout of the day for JT Cafferty is Thompson, and there's 2 down.
And what a way to get it. There's nothing better than striking out the beer batter to make everybody happy here on the 4th of July. Good crowd here.
Going to be a stampede to the beer carts right now, as several are heading that way. And back to the top of the order, Drew Sturgeon. Sturgeon, perhaps nicknamed Fish. I don't know. I can talk. My last name's Salmon. We could talk fish nicknames all day long, him and I. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Infield single and the ground out to first. Hasn't hit the ball in the infield today. That one in there for a strike. So JT battling back. Mackey looks on as looks like he's pretty much warm there in the bullpen if he's ready to come in. It probably doesn't take a whole lot for a guy to warm up on a hot day like today.
How are you not? How are you not warm? Now the arm, it may not be loose, but you're warm regardless.
1 ball, 1 strike. JT just working very quickly here. He's ready to sped up his pitching pace. Pitch on the way, and that one misses. I like the red belts too the guys are wearing.
Yep.
I mean, you got whole different, these are even white pants, so whole new uniforms, except for the hats. They have the green hats today, which is a little off, but that's okay. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Fly ball to left field. Sturgeon, Quigley giving it chase in the sun. Backpedals, does make the catch. That's a tough left field, but Dallin fields it very well. And 1, 2, 3 go the Plainsmen here in the 4th. With the score still 3-0. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Buster's coming back in the bottom of the 4th.
We move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
Well, nice inning there for JT Cafferty as he goes 1, 2, 3 right through the Plainsmen, and we go into the bottom of the 4th inning here. The Busters trying to get something going. It'll be Brandon Larson, Aaron Harper, and Trevor Matson. Happy to have you along here on the 4th of July. Josh Salmon and Steve Stein along with you as Mason Heinrich's running our cameras here on a very, very warm day. Heat index today, heat warning, heat index around 102, temperature right at 98, winds at 9 miles per hour. And boy, it's nice and cool here in the press box. We're roughing it.
Really enjoy this North Platte team. You know who this North Platte team reminds me of?
Besides the uniforms with Hastings.
They remind me of Hastings.
Really?
I mean, great outfield. They're solid defensively. A decent ERA, and they are kind of a team built for Duncan Field, too. Just the early returns, anyway. Like I say, their outfield has made some really good plays, and that's kind of the team they remind me of at this point.
Brandon Larson comes up. Larson 0 for 1, ground out to second base his first time up. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities, and the owners know each other very well and are very familiar with each other, so maybe they think alike on baseball. Here is the 1-0. That one fouled off first base side. It's 1-1.
And I can't remember the size of Bill Wood Field. It's a really nice ballpark there in North Platte, but if it is a little larger than some of the other fields in the Independence League, if they kind of put the team together thinking that, but it is a team kind of built around pitching and defense, it looks like.
Larson grounds out to second base for the second time in the game. Then he's 0 for 2.
And they can hit a little bit too. Second best hitting team in the league so far. And like I say, we're on the verge of winning the first half and actually tied for first, and they'll be in the hunt here in the second half, and if the first half is any indication, pretty much everybody's going to be in the hunt in the Nebraska Land Division.
Yeah, it's a tough division. I mean, you look at all the teams, and it's just, you've got Fremont is 4-1 already. North Platte is 2-1, Hastings 2-1, Western Nebraska 1-2, and the Pioneers 0-3 here, but it's still early in the second half. As Aaron Harper comes up, first pitch swinging for him to second base, high chopper. And throw is low. Nice scoop over there. Bring in the shovel as the first baseman, De La Cruz, and there's 2 down for Hastings.
Really good play from De La Cruz, and I thought Thompson made a really good stop on that, kind of stabbed that as he charged it on the short hop there, and just threw across his body, and a great dig. More good defense for the North Platte Plainsmen as Caden Five Ash just keeps on rolling along.
Yeah, some guys are waiting on pitches. Some guys are swinging early and trying to get him going that way, and they just can't really find the groove against him right now as Trevor Matson digs in. And Matson's first pitch is outside for a strike, a generous strike there. It looked a little outside, but Trevor almost always takes the first pitch. Here is the 0-1 from Five Ash. That one upstairs. 1-1 strike. And a little spark and a little something to get this offense going here. In the 4th inning already, 3-0. Good news is North Platte hasn't scored since the first inning, but bad news is North Platte is leading. Swung on and missed on that one, and 1-2 strikes from pitcher Caden Five Ash.
And the really bad news is you don't feel like there's any rally coming against Five Ash at this point, as he had that 2-out walk in the first and has really rolled since then.
Here is the 1-2. That one well outside, goes 2-2 to Trevor Matson. Yeah, he just really found a zone, and that's not a good thing if you're a Hastings Sodbuster right now, but see what happens against him. Caden Five Ash from Rockwall, Texas. That one outside, 3-2. And you look at his, he hasn't had too many long outings this year. I guess that's one thing against him. Only went 3 innings last time. He hasn't had one game where he pitched 8 innings, 1 5, and 1 6, but most of his outings have been 2 or 3 innings. This is the 4th. That one popped up first base side, slicing out of play, and it will be into the cheap seats on the right field sides for 3-2 counts again. So Trevor Matson keeping the bat alive, keeping the inning alive here in the 4th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-0 to North Platte Plainsmen. They are in the green and white if you're just tuning in, and the gray. Buster's wearing blue today, patriotic with the patriotic socks, which I absolutely love. I'm a big fancy sock guy, so those are... I can't believe I haven't thought of something like that. Here's the 3-2, and Trevor fends it off just to stay alive.
Just a great job there, because he was totally full, kind of stuck the bat out and just got a piece of it. Will be facing the 8th pitch of this at bat, allowing J.T. Cafferty a little more rest in the dugout, if nothing else.
3-2, 2 outs. Swung on and missed on that one, and he was just overmatched, and Trevor knew it. The entire bat with a smile on his face. Nothing he can do on that one. Busters go again 1-2-3 here in the 4th, trailing by 3 runs. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. We appreciate you tuning in here on your July 4th.
How do you remember things? Post-it note, string around your finger, smartphone reminder? Whatever you do, remember Nebraska Pick 3 2x2 and My Day. 3 great Nebraska Lottery Lotto games that are all $1 per play with drawings every day. Nebraska Pick 3 lets you choose your own bet type. 2x2 has a $22,000 top prize. And with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. Must be 19, please play responsibly. Oh, got a reminder. Produced Nebraska Lottery commercial. I'm all over that.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Well, Buster's not able to get anything going there in the 4th inning. We'll see what happens here in the 5th. Steve Stein will have you here in the 5th.
And it will be JT Cafferty. Good job for JT to hang in there and at least eat up some innings after he was roughed up for 3 runs on 5 hits in the first. Nothing across since then. That's basically your ball game. 3 runs for North Platte. Hastings does not have a hit in the game against Caden Five-Ash. And North Platte will be batting its 2, 3, and 4 hitters here in inning number 5. Connor Flagg tries to get things started as he singled and scored his first time up, then popped up to short back in inning number 2. Right-hander JT Cafferty brings the pitch home, and that was bounced back up the middle. Garcia, the shortstop, to his left, got it, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th, and that gives you a better chance to get through inning number 5 when something like that happens. It's a good play for Danny Garcia for the Hastings Sodbusters. That brings to the plate Giancarlo Servine. Giancarlo with a RBI double his first time up, then another pop-up to shortstop his second time up, 1 for 2 on the day, as JT Cafferty, 65 pitches coming into this frame, allowing the 3 earned runs on 6 hits, walking 2 and striking out 1. That strikeout coming last inning. First pitch across, no balls, 1 strike on Servine for the North Platte Plainsmen. Under the direction of J.M. Kelly, who's not here today, so Eric Sandos has got the team on his own. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike on Servine. J.M., the former coach of the Hastings Sodbusters, also coached in this league at Casper, and now an assistant coach at Texas A&M Kingsville. Big swing, no contact, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Servine. The Javelinas, 1 and 2 on Servine as he'll stand at the right-handed box. Takes a little bit of extra time here as he will make JT Cafferty await after he swung at 1 way outside. 1-2 delivery from JT Cafferty is in the dirt. 2-2 the count on Servine. Hastings defensively with Nick Jones behind home plate today. At first base, it's Brandon Larson. At second, it's Tegan Tamiya. Third baseman is Aaron Harper, and the shortstop is Danny Garcia. 2-2 pitch is hit a mile high in the air down the third base line. 3 guys converge. Garcia calling off Harper and makes the play. So 2 outs in the inning for Connor Higgs. Higgs trying to keep this inning going. Great job for JT Cafferty. Like I say, when he labored his way through that first, you're thinking this could get away from Hastings in a hurry. They did give up the 3 runs, but nothing since. Zeros on the board since that time for North Platte. The bad news is Caden Five-Ash has been dynamite, not allowing a hit so far against the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-0 the count on Higgs. So a ground out to short, a pop-up to short. The first 2 outs recorded here in the 5th inning. Pitch across for strike. 1-1 on Connor Higgs as the Hastings Sodbusters trail it by a score of 3-0. As the pitch. Little looper headed toward left field. That's going to fall for a hit. Really good pitch for JT Cafferty. Bad luck there. No chance for Garcia or for the left fielder for the Hastings Sodbusters, Dallin Quigley. So Connor Higgs aboard for the 3rd time today. A pair of walks and now a 2-out single. And that'll bring to the plate Angel De La Cruz. De La Cruz is 2 for 2. An RBI single his first time up, singled and was erased as part of a 6-4-3 double play back in inning number 3. Now in the 5th, and going to be a visit to the mound here for Luke Begg against JT Cafferty, and you wonder if he was going to maybe just be given the opportunity until a base runner came aboard. 75 pitches thrown for J.T. Cafferty to this point as Luke comes out and visits with J.T. and the entire infield with 1 on and 2 outs in the 5th. Very much a ball game. Sodbusters within striking distance, trailing it by a score of 3-0, and JT will be taken out. So pitching change is going to happen. We'll tell you about the new Hastings pitcher when we come back. 3-0 North Platte, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball since 1980 with a continued commitment to celebrate America's favorite pastime. The Budweiser brand was introduced in 1876 using time-honored brewing methods such as beechwood aging, which provides unparalleled balance and character. Each batch of Budweiser stays true to the same family recipe used by 5 generations of Bush family brewmasters. We welcome you to enjoy a cold Budweiser while cheering on your favorite hometown team, the Hastings Sodbusters. You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
New pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters as we will get a look at Braden Mackey. Mackey making his 6th appearance. He's thrown 14 innings, allowing 20 runs, 15 of them earned on 24 hits. He has struck out 12 and walked 9. Comes in with a 1-0 record with an ERA of 9.64 as he is going to be trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. There was a couple of outs and then a single for Connor Higgs, and now joined by Scott Galusha, owner, general manager. Appreciate you coming up. And boy, J.T. Cafferty, a little consolation prize after it looked like it was really going to get away from him early on. For him to make it almost through 5, probably almost a bonus the way things went for him as he labored through 75 pitches today.
Yeah, you know, he didn't have his best stuff, and early in the inning, I think he got 5 hits in the first inning. 3 of them were ground balls that were 6 inches, 12 inches either way. Might have been a double play, but that's how baseball works. And he did a good job at minimizing and give us a chance to win. But it's hard to win when you throw a bunch of donuts up there offensively. and Firash is a he's a good player.
Yeah, Caden Fivash, one of the top ERA guys in the league, the top strikeout guy in the league, and he has lived up to his billing so far.
You know, he short arms it. It must be hard to see because I watched him warm up a couple times, and you say he's good, but I always felt like we were going to get to him. But he just he's really good in the strike zone, little late movement, and he's been aggressive. And hats off to him. He's a good pitcher, and we did a nice job hanging in the game. Hey, just a quick thing about Mackey. You know, you just said his stats, and they're not mind-blowing by any means, but he gave up about 1,000 runs in his first inning and a half, and he's just done a fantastic job taking in some instructions, understanding what this level's about, and he's got a lot better to the point where he earned a start last week against Fremont and gave us a chance to win the game. And so again, his stats don't look great, but he's done a really good job for us.
Yeah, I think his ERA was at 30 at one point
this
32.
year,
So it's actually come down. So Braden Mackey trying to come in and get an out here. Runner goes, pitch taken inside, no chance for the throw as Nick Jones mishandles. And this North Platte team, man, you got to watch them. Over 100 stolen bases. You know, I feel like Hastings is fairly aggressive. This team's got twice as many stolen bases.
They do. They just go, and they've got a pretty good read. And I went on first move on a righty, which you don't always see all the time, but they were aggressive right out of the chute, and just trying to add to it now with Fivash on the hill. Every run makes that climb a little more difficult for us.
And De La Cruz 2 for 2, and Sky Galusha here. Talk about the uniforms. Oh man, the red, white, and blues are pretty cool.
Yeah, they are. They're sharp looking. Boy, I tell you what, none of our guys except for Luke knew what was coming. And, boy, they were excited. If you want to see a bunch of college guys get excited, give them a new uniform that they didn't expect. And they were hooting and hollering a little bit today, and it's been fun. And they seem to really like them. The problem is that once word got out and pictures started flying, I bet I've got 75 phone calls since 3:45. Parents going, how much? What are we doing? And so there is a plan for that. You know, we're gonna wear them tonight. We're gonna wear them Wednesday night against the military team, and then we're gonna auction them off for charity. You know, we got Budweiser is our sponsor for these, and they've done a good job. And so Folds of Honor is what we're going to send all that money to charity for. And boy, everybody wants the price to buy one outright, and I think I'm going to give the parents of the kids a chance to do that. Although it goes a little bit against what I'm doing, it's still going to be enough and make a nice number for charity for us.
Bring Oscar Stark to the plate after a 4-pitch walk to Angel De La Cruz. It is a 3-0 lead for North Platte as they look for more. Big moment in this game with 2 outs and 2 on. It was 2 up, 2 down this inning, and now North Platte trying to manufacture itself an opportunity to put a big insurance run up there with the team already up 3-0.
Yellow.
Pitch call for a strike as Oscar Stark down to the count, no balls, 1 strike. Oscar had a sacrifice fly back in the first. He flew out to right in the third. We're now in the 5th inning, top half, with North Platte on top 3-0. And if you're watching this one on YouTube, there's the ground ball back up the middle. Garcia will dish to Mia covering, and that will be the inning as no runs will come across. And it will be no runs on 1 hit and 3 men left. And so we head to the bottom half of inning number 5. Now 3 runs, 7 hits, and 7 left for North Platte. Soundbusters, no runs, no hits, 1 left. They do not have a hit yet on Caden 5 Ashes. We're talking with Scott Galusha, general manager, back on with us after doing a little administrative duty. And
yeah,
you mentioned these uniforms. Really a perfect week. You got July 4th for this one, and then the U.S. Military All-Stars got to come in with their camo uniforms to play you guys in red, white, and blue. That's going to be really fun on Wednesday night.
It's going to be fun. It's an exhibition game, and we're going to have fun. Luke's going to pitch, boy, and if anybody's ever prepared, I don't know if anybody's ever prepared harder for the start. I mean, he's been throwing bullpens religiously. He's been stretching. He was out throwing long toss today, all in preparation to pitch Wednesday night. Chris is going to catch. I'm going to coach. It's going to be a fun night. Heck, I think we're going to get Andy on the field.
All right.
That's just one of the things that I love to do, Steve, is give people an opportunity to do something that they would not normally be able to do. And I don't know if I hope that a ball gets hit to right field with Andy out there. He's only going to play probably a half inning, but I'm going to put him out there. And my daughter and her boyfriend's here today, and he pitched in high school, and I said something to him about it, and you should have seen his face light up. So he's going to come in. We're going to see if we can maybe find him an inning Wednesday night. It'll be fun. Brian, my partner, Frew, he plays for the military team. He had a catch the other night because they didn't have anybody to catch, and Brian, he can play anywhere but never caught before, but he can figure it out, and he did a nice job for them last night, and he's going to pitch. So if he's listening, I don't know if he's listening or not, but I've already told him I'm not sure if we're going to throw behind him or at him, but we're going to do one of the two. Just depends on the situation. A good player and a really good athlete in his own right, and we'd rather have him play for us, but it's nice that he's got an opportunity to play with the military guys, and he's having fun, but it'll be a fun night Wednesday night.
And this organization, they're not affiliated with the U.S. military, but they've been playing since 1990, and all of their causes benefit the military. They have really neat pregame ceremonies. So from what I understand, it's really, we're going to want to come out early and see the beginning.
It's going to be neat. They sent us the whole script. It's very regimented, which I guess you'd figure out. But yeah, we're excited to see it. It's going to be a neat thing for us.
Danny Garcia batting for the Soundbusters, trying to find the measure of Caden 5 Ash, who's gone the first 4 innings, and he has been rock solid. Just 50 pitches to get through the first 4 innings, has allowed only 1 base runner. And Danny Garcia struck out his first time up. Little check swing back up the middle. Could be a tough play. Shortstop charges, throws. I'll tell you, North Platte's been really good defensively, too, as Cade Wood will gun down Garcia. Relative ease on that play.
And maybe the bigger problem was 1 pitch. The fastest way to get him out of here is let him throw a, I know he walked 1 guy, and I was counting pitches, and we've got to get him. We can't get early outs against him right now because we can't afford to let him go 8 innings, and so we got to get into that bullpen. But they're starting to move around over there, which is a good sign. But he's just been really good around the strike zone all day.
Mick Jones, first pitch swinging, fouls it away, no balls and 1 strike. So come on out, 6:35 exhibition game on Wednesday. You mentioned one of their players. Do you know any of the other U.S. military All-Stars?
I talked to a few of them in some different conversations. There we go. We finally beat one of those guys playing inside.
Jones over the head of the right fielder, and that's a double, and the first hit of the game as Connor Higgs tried to fade back, couldn't get it, and Nick Jones in scoring position as Zodbusters trail it 3-0 here in the bottom half of inning number 5.
they went to the game last night. They were in Casper last night. All the military guys were there watching our game. So Brian got a chance to meet a few of them, talk on their broadcast a little bit. Was nice. And we got other things going on. If we've got we got dollar hot dogs. We didn't skimp on those. There are regular hot dogs that are every day $3. We got a sponsor for that, so we're going to make sure everybody gets something to eat at a good price, and free popsicles for both nights for the kids. And so we just want to get some more people out here and see if we can't continue to bring people in. And we've done really well attendance wise, but we're still only halfway done. We got to keep working at that.
Soundbuster's going to do a pinch hitter here. Sawyer Duddleston will bat for the first time in place of Dallin Quigley. Duddleston hitting .370 on the year, and guy you want in there with a chance to bring home a run as he pops this one foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. So his first look at Caden Five-Ash.
He got 2 hits against Five-Ash last time when we faced him in North Platte. So we knew that this was an option. We just didn't know for sure when it was going to be, and this is as good a time as any.
We are in the bottom of the 5th. Soundbusters trying to scratch one across here as the pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 2 to Sawyer Duddleston for the Hastings Soundbusters. Been one of the top hitters throughout the summer campaign. He's knocked in he has 3 doubles, knocked in 13, and scored 11.
Yeah, he's got some big hits for us. He knocked in a 2-run hit the other night that got us a 3-2 lead, and then Brendan Larson added the 4th. I don't know what day it is, but I think that was Saturday night.
Yep,
there you
Saturday,
go.
Yep.
Hey, ask me what day it is in June and July, and I have no idea. A couple nights ago, he had a big hit for us, and then Brendan Larson gave us a little insurance and got off that little bit of a losing streak, which was fine. And the kids are playing hard, and they enjoy each other, and I just couldn't be more happy with the group of guys that we have. Obviously disappointed we couldn't finish off the first half. We had it in front of us, but couldn't get it done. But it's a great group of guys, and I take my chances with these guys night in and night out for as long as they want to play.
3-2 the count now on Sawyer Duddleston as the pitch taken high, and Duddleston works a walk. So now an opportunity. The tying run will come to the plate here in inning number 5 with just 1 out, and Blake Burrows, who's been pretty hot since he joined the Soundbusters, hitting .424 coming into today. Hit it kind of on a line the last time, but the left fielder made a good play, and this is a big chance here for the Soundbusters against one of the better ones in the Independence League, Caden Five-Ash.
Yeah, he had a good at bat last time. Hey, we did find out we're going to lose a guy this week. Dallin Quigley, North Dakota State has asked him to take part in their preseason stuff, so he'll be going home on Friday. The good news is he's already asked to come back, and we love that. And North Dakota State, at least at this point, is okay. Dad wants him to go where he wants to go. So we're going to lose him early, but we're either going to get Matt Lemke back, or we have contact with DH from the University of Texas. So we're going to get him replaced this week, and so we'll still have a full roster. But we're sad to see DQ go. He's done a nice job for us, but really happy that he gets that opportunity to play Division I baseball.
Matt Lemke was off to a really good start before he had some hamstring issues, so it'd be kind of cool to see him come back. But you also couldn't argue with having a D1 guy from the University of Texas come either.
Yep, we're not sure. We might even try to find a home for both of them. It just kind of depends on. Got to find enough at bats for these guys because it's important for their development to get them enough swings in the summer, and so that's the only thing that we're trying to make sure we can get it back. And we weren't sure we'd get Matt Lemke back, but he's from a great family and a really good kid, and he did a good job when he was here. So either way, we're in good shape, and we'll keep the roster full.
2-0 count now. Big chance here as Blake Burrows working the count, and Five-Ash really with his first pressure-packed moment of the game. He's been rolling today, and the pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike on Burrows. Five-Ash had the 2-out walk in the first, then didn't allow a base runner until this inning. A 1-out double and now a walk, and here's a chance for the Soundbusters.
Should get a good pitch to hit right here.
It's Five-Ash against Burrows. First and second, 1 out. Soundbusters trail it 3-0, and the pitch. Burrows squares to bunt, drags it down the first base line, going to be picked up by the first baseman, and just the advancement there. Burrows couldn't get it deadened enough to really have a chance to beat it out. It pretty much went right to De La Cruz, but now the runners are at second and third with 2 outs for Tamiya.
Right idea there. That just need to go at the second baseman and try to outrun somebody, but unfortunately, like you said, wasn't able to deaden that a little bit. Kind of self-defense. It was kind of up and in a little bit. So now we need a big 2-out hit. We haven't got very many of those in the last probably 10 days or so. So this is the right guy. Good contact hitter there, Teagan.
Teagan batting in the 9th spot, and the pitch is taken high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. One of the fun things summer baseball is to learn the real pronunciation for these guys. We've been told 3 things. He told me one of the pronunciations and now has changed it. So we're going for Tamiya the rest of the year.
Tamiya.
Yeah,
I was there. I asked him. I asked him the same thing. Get through. Dang it.
Great play for the shortstop who gobbled it up, and there's another good play for Cade Wood as we'll just keep on with Scott if that's okay. 6-3 on the put out. But yeah, you talked about it. And he's such a polite kid, and I've had kids like that before. Oh, just say it any way you want to. No, we want for your family. We want to say your name right.
Yes, we know your family's watching. We want to say it right. And I asked him too, and I was out there earlier when you went and asked him. Was it you that asked him today?
I asked him today after I'd heard him pronounce it differently than we did before.
And I went right over to him and said, after you talked to him, I said, we don't care. You've told us differently one way. Just tell us what you want us to call you, and we'll take care of it. So that's just polite kids that aren't worried about it. They're like, I don't care. I'm just happy to play. And that's just the kind of kids we have. They just want to be here. And boy, it's scalding hot down there, and yet they were excited to be here tonight and got a couple opportunities. Had a couple opportunities, but couldn't get it taken care of. But I'll let you guys go back to work. I better go do some other administrative duties. And hi to all my family that's watching. I know my mom and dad aren't watching today because they're sitting right over there. They're here today,
cool.
Which is nice. Nice that they made the trip down, and daughter's here today. But I know I have family watching all the time. So, hey, I appreciate all your support. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.
Scott Galusha, owner general manager of the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters trail it 3-0 as we head to the 6th inning. As getting ready to go for inning number 6. Sodbusters had a big chance, had first and second, 1 out, but could not score. And so now it's really imperative to see Braden Mackey put up a 0. Mackey came in, allowed a walk, but did get a fielder's choice grounder to end the frame against Oscar Stark. And so now he is going to be facing the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and here is Josh Salmon.
All right, thank you, Steve. Yeah, Busters had a chance. 2 guys on there just couldn't get the hit they needed, and Teagan gave it a good run there. Tried to beat it out, but offense just couldn't get a run, and that was a very important inning, so they're really going to have their battle cut out for them here, keeping another 1-2-3, or keeping this North Platte team to a minimum, and see what they can do here with Mackey's first full inning of work. Came on a relief last inning and gave up a walk, but then got the ground out to shortstop. 7-8-9, Myers, Woods, Thompson due up here for North Platte. A very, very warm evening from Duncan Field. Happy to have you along with us. Take a look at the Independence League scoreboard as some other games are just getting underway. I don't have scores on either one of these, but Western Nebraska is at Gym City tonight. It's a good drive for them. How about that? And Canyon County Spuds are at Spearfish Sasquatch. Digging in is Griffin Myers, the catcher. He is 1 of 2. And takes first one for a ball. Myers had a single in the first, ground into a double play to end the inning in the 3rd. Braden Mackey. Owen hit to Mackey, underhands it to first, and there's 1 down. So there you go. Good 1 up, 1 down there for the Plainsmen, and this is the 3rd inning in a row that they haven't had the leadoff man on.
Yeah, really the difference this game, the first. They got their first 4 aboard in the first and ended up plating 3 of those, and that's the difference in the game at 3-0.
So it brings up Wood, the shortstop. Cade Wood with a K from Atlanta, Texas. That's interesting. Popped up on that one. First pitch swinging for him. That's a center field second baseman. Who's going to make it? Shortstop comes over, and Garcia sliding makes a catch. I'm not sure if he called off Tamiya or what's going on there, but whew. I got no fingernails left, but there's 2 down.
I'm fairly certain that he did, because, the shortstop always has, it's kind of like the center fielder. You make the play call when you have to, even though that was pretty much right at Tamiya. But I think even at the end of that play, Garcia said, my bad. I think it probably would have been easier for Teagan, but Sodbusters will take it, 2 outs in the inning, and a chance for Mackey to work a 1-2-3 inning in his first full inning of relief.
Yeah, not the fundamentals you like, but it did get the out nonetheless, and brings up Thompson here. He is 0 for 2. Swung on and missed on that one as Mackey has a nice fastball that tails off at the end. So 0 for 2 for him. Grounded out to first base and struck out his last time up for Thompson, the second baseman. 278 batting average for him. Also from Texas. Chopper first base side, and that's foul. A lot of guys from Texas on this team. Look at North Platte. There must have been some heavy recruiting there, or word of mouth. Hey, you come, I'll play, that kind of thing.
Well, the head coach is J.M. Kelly, who is an assistant at Texas A&M Kingsville, so I'm sure he's got a lot of connections down there. The Javelina assistant coach, and his assistant coach is a grad assistant at Texas A&M Kingsville, so I'm sure they've got a lot of Texas connections, much like the Hastings Sodbusters with Luke Bay, who spent a lot of time down in Texas.
A lot of Texas connections. The 0-2 coming up here for Thompson. Pitch on the way from Braden Mackey is a little low. 1-2. So Thompson has a chance to make a lot of friends here in the crowd, being the beer batter.
He's already struck out once.
Garrett Thompson. Braden Mackey trying to go a 1-2-3 here against the Plainsmen. North Platte scored 3 in the first. That's the only scoring in the game. 3 runs on 7 hits. And that went upstairs. It goes to 2-2. It's a very close play. It could have gone either way.
Drinking Sodbuster fans really were disappointed by that one. They thought it was going.
Yeah, it could be about 5 feet out of the strike zone, and they'd be disappointed on the beer batter. Everything must be a strike on the beer batter. Here's the 2-2, 2 outs, and that one was high. 3-2. I don't care who you are on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Payoff pitch coming up here for Braden Mackey. Working a very efficient 6th inning. In the game, he has only thrown 14 pitches since entering last inning. Here is pitch number 15. That one hits second base. Tegan Tamia up with it, over to first, and 1-2-3 go the Plainsmen here in the 6th inning. So bottom of the 6th coming up. Buster's still down 3-0. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
One of the 8 new trucks the Nebraska Lottery is giving away in Trucks and Bucks 2022. I'd be off-roading all the time through muddy riverbeds, across dusty prairies. I treat that truck like a tank. I'd be merciless.
Can I ride along?
Only if you wear shoe covers to protect the carpeting, promise not to eat or drink anything inside the cab, and polish the dashboard when you leave.
Trucks and Bucks is back, and you could win one of 8 new trucks. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Welcome back. 1-2-3 went Braden Mackey right through the North Platte batting. And pitching here has been very good today after the first inning. If you minus take away that top of the first, Steve, it's been a very good pitching outing here for Hastings. The batting, though, just really hasn't been able to get stuff going. That's been the big issue here is the offense, a lack of for Hastings.
Just 2 walks and 1 hit for the Hastings Sodbusters. That hit was a solid double off the bat of Nick Jones. That was followed by the walk from Sawyer Duddleston. So the Sodbusters had their chance against Caden Five-Ash, but Five-Ash able to get a bunt ground out from Blake Burrows, and then he got Tamia to ground out to end the frame. That was really the only pressure pitches that Caden Five-Ash has had to throw today. His only other base runner allowed to 2-out walk all the way back in the first inning. Set him down in order in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as he works his way into the 6th now against the Hastings Sodbusters. Every one of the games against North Platte has been really good. The Sodbusters lost a 4-3 game at North Platte on June 8th, then lost 1-2-1 and lost 4-1 back on the 18th. So they've all kind of followed this style, and another, I guess, typical North Platte Hastings game, at least in the early part of the series between these two teams.
Garrett Kennedy leading things off here. Back to the top of the order for Hastings. Kennedy, Larson, and Harper against Five-Ash. Caden's pitch fouled off for strike 1. Five-Ash doing a very good job here in the inning, or in the game. He has only given up the 1 hit, as you mentioned, just 2 walks, struck out 4, 18 batters faced. Very efficient pitcher. That one hit up the middle, could get through, and it does into center field, and a leadoff hit is on. And that's Kennedy. The first time a leadoff hitter's been on for Hastings. Only the 2nd hit of the game against North Platte here in the 6th.
And maybe the 3rd time through will be the difference for Hastings, as you'll have Larson and Harper also getting a look at Five-Ash for the 3rd time today.
As I mentioned about Five-Ash, as Larson steps in, he hasn't pitched a whole lot of. He's only had 2 games where he's pitched over 5 innings this year. Actually 3, take that back, but it's been a while. He hasn't done one of those since June 14th, so maybe he's starting to get a little fatigued. There's a righty warming up for North Platte. And Brandon Larson comes up looking for his first hit. He's ground out to second base both times, throw to first, and run back. Kennedy will steal occasionally. Pretty quick guy. And we just have so many speedy guys on the bases in this team that almost anybody can steal a base out there. First pitch called a strike. Kennedy does have 4 stolen bases. Been a while since he's stolen one, though. June 26th was the last stolen base. 0-1 here to Brendan Larson. Harper up next. Check swing. No appeal. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't think he went. Runner on first is Garrett Kennedy. Led off with a single a moment ago. Throw over to first. Keeping an eye on Kennedy, and he's back. Buster's usually very aggressive on the base pass, but base runners have been few and far between today, so you don't want to take a chance. If you're going to run, you want to run just at the right moment, the right situation. Garrett with not a huge lead at first, being held on. And pitch fell off on third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, Larson's so hot. 7 for 16 in that series at Casper, including 4 for 6 yesterday, 3 doubles, and a triple, 2 RBIs and 4 runs scored. Soundbusters won 19-4.
Yeah, he joined the team late, and I was really hearing a lot about this kid. Really anxious to see him play. He has lived up to the hype, just coming straight out of high school. Throw to first once again, runner back. It's interesting when I asked him what he hoped to gain from the summer league, and he says he just wants to gain some independence. He wants to learn how to live on his own. And a lot of times, guys say, I want to work on my hitting or baseball related, and his was nothing baseball related. So that's cool.
Hence, he came to the Independence League.
Very nice.
Yeah, on Independence Day.
I was just going to add that.
Yeah.
I was going to add that. You did get the memo on the green shirt, though, so thanks a lot for that.
Hey, I was going to say, the Sodbuster green. America, I announced for the Hastings Sodbuster. Sorry, it's green,
And they're wearing blue today, so
yeah.
That one fouled straight back towards us. Mason didn't get the memo here on the green shirt, but that's okay. We didn't send out a memo. His eyes got bigger, camera guy.
Yeah.
I was like, no, there was no memo. I'm just kidding. 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Good job keeping things alive here is Brandon Larson against Caden Five-Ash. And this is the 5th pitch coming up here. Runner on first is Garrett Kennedy, and that pitch outside for 2 balls and 2 strikes. North Platte fans wanted that one, but it was well outside.
And Griffin Myers does an interesting thing. It's almost like he backhands it and pulls it back in. He tries to frame it, but it's a very unusual framing for Griffin Myers, the catcher out of Washington State. He's done that. It worked a previous time against Larson, but not there on the 2-2 pitch.
It's an odd technique. Here's the 2-2. That one fouled just back behind the catcher. So keeping it alive there. Cue the Bee Gees music for Brandon Larson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garrett Kennedy singled to lead off the inning. He stands on first base. Good at bat here for Brandon Larson. 6 pitches to him already. And there is the righty warming up, as we mentioned, for North Platte. Right at the 74 pitch mark here for Caden Five-Ash. Right-hander's been very, very good in this game, only giving up 2 hits. Kennedy leads off at first. That one outside. Oh, strike 3 called. They got a call on that one. There's that framing job he talked about. That was well outside and a nice frame there by the catcher.
So Larson goes down looking. A large first out there. Soundbusters trying to put 2 on with nobody out. Now we'll see what Harper and Matson can get done. The 3 and 4 hitters in the lineup with a runner at first and 1 out.
So Aaron Harper comes up. Walked and grounded out to second base. Just the 1 down here for Hastings. 1 on at first. Garrett Kennedy, let's see if they get him going at all in this sequence. Again, base runners have been few and far between. But he is one of your fastest guys on the team. Strike 1 there to Aaron Harper. Been struggling to get anybody on base, let alone in scoring position. Although he did have the double from Nick Jones. Nobody's made it to third base in this game for Hastings. The ball's 1 strike. Very lively crowd here on your 4th of July. Very vocal crowd, I should say. And that one a little low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Buster's off tomorrow, back here for the Military All-Star Game. I'm very anxious to see that. I wonder if there's some Navy guys, if there's some Army, if there's a little bit of each branch, or how that works. I should have asked Scott when I had him in here about that, how that works. I've had people ask me about it, but that should be a good crowd and a good game on that one.
It's all a volunteer team. There are some local guys who are going to be on that team, so we'll let you know about the roster members on Wednesday. Not really affiliated officially with the military academies.
Okay. Swing go back up the middle there for Aaron Harper, and he's got his first hit of the day. And Busters have their 2nd of the inning, 3rd in the game against Caden Five-Ash. So something going here with 1 out.
But it's an organization which began in 1990, and they have had an opportunity to support a lot of different military organizations with their mission. And so have a special pregame ceremony, very regimented, and Scott was visiting about that during our time together. And it's really something you're going to want to come and see in person Wednesday night, 6:35, with the U.S. Military All-Stars. They're kind of a little barnstorming tour of the Independence League, playing a lot of the teams during this Independence time.
Trevor Matson comes up with runners on first and second, just one down. Buster still trail 3-0. So are they active members? Are they
no? It's just
guard, former military members.
Yeah,
or?
a lot of former military members. I think there could be some active militaries, but
sure.
Like I say, it's not
affiliated,
sanctioned, if you will, by the U.S. military per se.
Okay. Still though, cool nonetheless.
Yep.
And I hear they play pretty good ball. The ball's 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on here for Hastings, threatening against 5-Ash. Action in the bullpen for North Platte. Trevor Madsen trying to get a number on the board here for the Busters in the scoring column.
And
takes one outside.
So you missed to see who the starting pitcher for this Hastings Sodbusters is going to be on Wednesday.
I did.
Luke Bay.
Really?
Yep, Luke Bay is going to be pitching to Chris Ceballos behind the plate.
That's
so
awesome.
That'll be the battery for the Sodbusters to start things out. The two coaches, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I remember Kirby Wells pitching 2 years ago.
Yeah, what fun. That was so much fun.
What a good egg he was. He did outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
That one hit deep to left. That's going to be in at least for 1 run. Here comes Kennedy in. They're waving around the runner. Here comes Harper. And the Busters get back on the board with a 2-run double for Trevor Matson. 3-2 our score.
Sodbusters right back in it with 3 hits in the inning as Kennedy and Harper score. Trevor Matson, Mr. Double. He's had a lot of doubles in his Hastings Sodbuster career and comes up with a large one here. And Hastings now just a single away from tying it up in the 6th after Caden 5-Ash really rolled through the first 4. And there's going to be a visit to the mound here as the North Platte coach, Eric Sandas, will come to visit with his right-hander, Caden 5-Ash, who's now thrown 81 pitches on the day.
That's the 6th double of the season for Trevor Madsen, the 10th and 11th RBIs. It couldn't come at a better time. They are going to go to the bullpen here in North Platte, and that is the evening for 5-Ash. But what a good game he has pitched. Things are just kind of unraveling for him this inning. 3 hits on 2 runs given up by him. We'll take a break and come back and tell you about the new hurler. It'll be a right-hander for North Platte. This is Sodbuster Baseball here from Duncan Field. Busters trail 3-2.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball since 1980 with a continued commitment to celebrate America's favorite pastime. The Budweiser brand was introduced in 1876 using time-honored brewing methods such as beechwood aging, which provides unparalleled balance and character. Each batch of Budweiser stays true to the same family recipe used by 5 generations of Bush family brewmasters. We welcome you to enjoy a cold Budweiser while cheering on your favorite hometown team, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome back as we have a new pitcher here for North Platte. It's going to be Caleb Bunch. All right, Caleb Bunch is in, and right-hander will come on in relief of 5-Ash. Let's take a look at some of his numbers. 1-1 with a 3.55 ERA. This is his 9th game. He started 2, had 1 save, pitched 25 in a 3rd inning, struck out 13, walked 7, gave up 28 hits here in this league this year. And last time he pitched was June 27th against the Pioneers. No decision on that one.
From Ranger Junior College, Caleb Bunch, a big right-hander, and we'll see what the Sodbusters can get done. Virtually nothing through the first 4 innings as they were being no hit for the first 4 1/3. 1-out double and a walk. They couldn't plate anything in the 5th, but here in the 6th, single, and after a strikeout double, a single and a double, the 2-run blast from Trevor Matson to get 2 runs home. Matson stands second, representing the tying run. We'll see if Garcia and Jones can find a way to get him in.
Yeah, it was quite the double, and Flagg was playing a little more shallow, and Trevor just tattooed that thing. Would have been out of probably some other parks in the league, definitely, because he really hit that thing far. But a lot of spacious, a lot of room out here in Duncan Field, and ended up being a double. Trevor was fired up. The guys were fired up, and they perhaps got a little momentum swing on their side. Still down by 1 run. Danny Garcia, we'll see if he can keep the rally going here. All this coming with 1 out. 3 hits this inning. Kennedy scored a run. You had Aaron Harper score a run. That is Trevor Matson on second base. Here is Danny Garcia, 0 for 2. Struck out in a ground out. Caleb Bunch's first pitch is in there for a strike. What is the Ranger Junior College mascot, Steve? You knew I was going to ask this. Come on.
And I should have looked it up. No,
Man.
and I actually called a football game featuring Dodge City Community College and Ranger Junior College in the 1980s, but I cannot remember.
Wow. That pitch inside. Did you use cups and strings to call the game?
It was landline, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That was a long old trip from Dodge City to Ranger, Texas, let me tell you.
Caleb Bunch coming up. No luxury buses then, huh?
I think I rode the team bus. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, still not too bad, but still a long ride.
Yep.
Chopper to short. Over to first to get Garcia. Nice play there by the shortstop Wood. There is 2 down, however, and runner over moving to third base is Trevor Matson.
And Wood has looked really good, but now the Sodbusters do get the run to third, and any old wild pitch can get him home, or if Nick Jones can unlace a hit like he did last time, he doubled over the head of the right fielder, you'd take something like that as well to try to get this game tied up.
Nick Jones with the double last inning. Was stranded on second base, though. Wasn't able to score, so Caleb Bunch comes in and gets the first batter he sees in Garcia. Garcia's 0 for 3. Jones swings and misses the off-speed pitch. Bottom fell out of that thing. The ball's in 1 strike. Trevor Matson stands on third. Busters trail 3-2 now. Able to get 2 this inning on a couple of hits. Trying to tie it up here. Good chance with the runner 90 feet away as Jones represents the go-ahead run. Matson at third, the tying run. Pitch coming up here from Caleb Bunch. Looper in the right field. That should do it, and it does. It ties it up, folks. Nice piece of hitting there by Nick Jones. 2 hits for him in the game. A double and a single. This one bigger than the last one. This is an RBI to tie it up. We're all tied at 3 apiece.
So new game, and if you'd have told me that just a couple of innings ago, you think, are they ever going to have a chance against Five Ash? Well, an inning and a third later, they chase him, so he is out. You've got Sawyer Duddleston now batting for the second time of the game after he came in for Dallin Quigley last inning, and now Hastings trying to get the lead run across here and take the lead for the first time today.
All 3 runs charged to the starter, Five Ash, and it comes up Sawyer Duddleston. Came in to hit last inning for Dallin Quigley. Takes first pitch outside for a ball. So official line on Five Ash is 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, or 5 strikeouts, and 22 batters faced. So you look at the line, you're like, that's not really that good a game, but he pitched a pretty good game.
Oh yeah, he was lights out through the first 4.
Here's a pitch coming up here from Bunch, and a low strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike here. So Busters with 4 hits this inning, 3 runs. Like to keep the line moving. There is 2 outs. Sawyer Duddleston walked as a pinch hitter his first time up, which was last inning in the 5th. Bunch throws over to first, keeping an eye on the runner. Nick Jones, not a stolen base threat, but just wants to let him know, hey, I see you over there.
And I should have gone with my first instinct, because when you told me Ranger Junior College, I thought, they can't be the Rangers, are they?
That'd be too obvious.
They are the
Really?
Rangers. Yes.
Wow, they
talking about no.
Went to the ends of the earth for that one.
Yes, they are the Rangers.
1 ball, 1 strike, and pitch misses for ball 2. Imagine that meeting. All right, it's a Friday night. So nobody wants to be there.
Yeah.
It's 8:30. Okay, we need to come up with a mascot. How about the Rangers? Good.
Done.
Let's go
hit the
get
bar.
something to eat.
Uh-huh.
There we go. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. If you're from junior, I'm just kidding. We're just kidding. Direct all letters to Steve Stein. 2 balls and 1 strike, and that's 2-2 there. Taking a Sawyer Duddleston didn't like the call. Buster's able to tie it up here this inning, 3-3. This has been a huge offensive inning for Hastings. We talked about the lack of offense. Well, that has changed this inning. Is 4 hits here, 5 in the game, 3 runs in. Bunch, Caleb checks the runner at first. Nick Jones does go, and the pitch fouled off the foot of Sawyer Duddleston. That's going to leave a mark, but he'll walk around, and we'll do it again.
Bunch did throw over to first just to make sure, but there was no doubt about that as Duddleston was limping around. First base coach this inning is Jacob Watson down there. Again, you did have Jake Bigham occupying that spot.
I was going to say, if the runner's going back there, he's down on second for a little bit.
Yeah.
Nick Jones.
Yeah, you're going to make him go back. Sorry.
He didn't get the memo on the foul ball, apparently. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Jones like, come on, I stole a base.
Well, you don't want to take for granted that the middle infielders are telling you, right, oh, it's a foul ball. Sure it is. Yeah. Make the umpire send you back.
Right, and I think his base coach over there, Ryan Jacobs, has told him, hey, that one, that one just missed. That didn't look too bad up here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Sawyer Duddleston. Duddleston started off the year with a bang and then had a little bit of an injury on a rolled ankle in right field. We missed him for a few games and happy to have him back in the lineup. Didn't start tonight, but in a very good spot here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3-3 our score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Buster's threatening. Here is the pitch to Sawyer Duddleston down the third base line. That's into left field. That's going to be a single, at least runner. Nick Jones getting held up at third base. Runners will be at second and third on the double by Sawyer Duddleston, and the inning keeps alive.
Good job for the Hastings Sodbusters there. Duddleston a nice at bat. Jones ends up at third, and now the Sodbusters could grab the lead for the first time today. If Blake Burrows could come through, he had a hard hit ball his first time up that turned into a line out, then laid down a bunt the last time, trying to bunt for a hit. He's up there now with a huge chance. Who's going to get the big 2 out hits? Well, that could be who wins the ball game. Can Hastings come up with one right here?
Sawyer Duddleston, a much-needed hit for him. He hasn't had a hit since June 20th, according to my records. Good time for him. Runners on second and third here, 2 outs. Pitch inside to Blake Burrows. Blake is batting in the 8th spot. In the 8th spot, and currently his batting average is at .412. So definitely a guy that could hit a looper. I was talking off air about how this guy runs so fast. You get something in the power alley, and you could easily have him standing at third base with 2 runs in. Right now, we'd take another 1. Buster's threatening to take the lead here. 2 runners on, 2 outs, tied at 3-3. Pitch hits him, and so now base is loaded. So things coming unraveled here very quickly for North Platte.
You almost hope that he would have danced out of the way, because I don't know if the catcher could have gotten in front of that. That was pretty wild. Griffin Meyer may have had a difficult time handling that one if Burrows could have sidestepped it. As it stands, there's going to be a visit to the hill here as Sandos will come in and talk with his right-hander. There's no action in the bullpen right now, so this is Bunch's game to win or lose. Still in the 6th inning, 3 runs home. The bases are loaded for Tegan Tamia, who tries to find a way to knock in a couple of runs here for the Hastings Sodbusters.
For Tamia, the 9th batter of the inning to reach the plate here for the Sodbusters. And you looked at Garrett Kennedy led off with a single, and then Aaron Harper with a single. Trevor Matson hit them both in with the RBI double. Garcia grounded out between there. Brandon Larson struck out as well. Then with 2 outs, Nick Jones hit the RBI single. You had Sawyer Duddleston with a RBI double to tie things up. 3 runs in on 5 hits this inning for Hastings. With bases loaded right now, and Tegan Tamio with a chance to be a hero, if you will, put the team in the lead. Came in this inning trailing by 3. Now they have a chance to open this thing up a little bit. If he can get something to the power alley, he got some good speed on the bases. Nick Jones stands on third. Sawyer Duddleston on second. Blake Burrows on first. Very good chance to get some runs here, anything in the gap. 1 ball, no strikes here to Tegan Tamia. And the second baseman is fouled out and grounded out 0-for-2, so that just means he's due, right? That's all it means. Cade Bunch came in relief and really hasn't done much for North Platte. Fouled off, and we'll do 1 ball and 1 strike. Bunch took over for a very good pitcher in Caden Five-Ash. Caleb Bunch gets a sign from his catcher. Comes set. Checks his runners. They're not going over. Bases are loaded. Will foul off again, and just staying alive there is Tamia. So Bunch has come in relief, but none of the runs charged to him, as they have all been charged to the starting pitcher, Five-Ash. Chance for that to change right here, but down in the count is Tegan Tamia. Bases loaded. Tied score 3-3. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And swung on and missed. Got him on the slider, and Tamia goes down, and so do the Busters. 9 men reach the plate, though. 3 runs on 5 hits, and they leave 3 on base. We're all tied at 3 apiece, folks. A brand new ball game. 7th inning coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back. Sodbusters tied it up 3-3, able to get 3 on the board there. So now Braden Mackey is your pitcher of record here for Hastings, as we're all tied up. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, and we have Mason Hendricks running the cameras for me. I just think Mason, I think Jimmy Hendricks. That's the way I remember it.
All right.
Okay? Yeah, otherwise I'm going to call him Tamiya. That's what I'm going to do. There's a whole long story there.
And Mason's young enough, he says, who's Jimi Hendrix? So,
yeah. I think he knows who Jimi Hendrix is.
Okay.
He drives a muscle car. He knows who Jimi Hendrix is.
All
right, there we go. It's a prerequisite when you buy the car. It's on the application. 7th inning coming up here as North Platte hasn't scored since the first, but they did it in a large 3-run sort in the first inning. So coming back up for them will be the top of the order. It'll be Sturgeon, Flag, and Servine. Taking a look at the Independence League scoreboard here today. The other games underway. There's only 2 other games going on. Gem City hosting Western Nebraska. That one is getting underway. And Spearfish Sasquatch hosting Canyon County Spuds. No score on that one either. Those were a little later starts than our game. 3-3 our score here. And Braden Mackey still getting some warm-up tosses in. And Sawyer Duddleson came in the game for Quigley. He moved over to right, and Garrett Kennedy last inning moved to left, so that's your defensive alignment. I forgot to mention that last inning to you. Still in center field is Blake Burrows. For the infield, it's Harper, third base, Garcia at short. You have Timia at second and Larson at first with Nick Jones behind the plate. Braden Mackey, Mac tonight. I don't know. They gave him Mac Daddy. I don't know if that's a better nickname than Mackey tonight. Swung on and missed on that one, and the bottom fell out. The breaking ball. One ball, no strikes. One strike, no ball to Sturgeon. Sturgeon led off the game with a single, but has gone 0 for 2 since with a ground out and a fly out. Here's the 0-1. That one hit into center field, and that is a single. Just nothing you could do. Right back up the middle, and the leadoff hitter's on here for the Plainsmen in the 7th.
Huge inning for the Sodbusters defensively after they had held North Platte at bay. Finally get some offense on the board, get it tied. Really need a 0 on the board to keep your team with the momentum on its side.
So the first time in 3 innings that the leadoff hitter has been on here for the Plainsmen, and it comes up Connor Flagg, the left fielder. And bounces away from Jones back to the backstop. He has no idea where the ball is. Luckily able to come up with it quickly before the runner can make it over to third. As pitchers were talking to him and players were talking to him, he had no idea where it went, so a wild pitch there. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second base, 3-3 our score. Plainsmen putting 3 runs up in the first. Busters 3 in the bottom of the 6th. We're here in the top of the 7th. 3 runs, 8 hits for North Platte. No errors. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for Hastings. Braden Mackey checks his runners. Pitch on the way. That one in the center field. Blake Burrows lets it fall in front of him. He ends up grabbing a base barehanded. And I think maybe he lost it in the sun a little bit. Overthrow goes into the dugout on the way in. And no, I thought maybe he was going to go in the dugout. Runner was able to advance. So just an ill-advised throw there. The way Burrows went out to that ball, it looked like he was going to be able to catch it. Then it fell in front of him. I just don't think he saw it very good. And then he almost overran it and tried to grab it barehanded. Then he made a bad throw in. So Luke Bay is going to come out and talk to his pitcher.
It'll be a single and an error, and really kind of ragged here in this inning. You had 2 singles, but a wild pitch and an error to go along. And now North Platte mentioned the fact so important to put a 0 on the board. Well, now the Plainsmen have second and third, nobody out, with Luke Bay out to visit with Braden Mackey, who is in a real jam here. Sodbusters just finally tied the contest. Down North Platte on the verge of putting a crooked number up immediately here following with their 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. And Servine in particular, the guy you do not want to see with runners in scoring position. He's already got an RBI double here today and 3 trips to the plate.
Arm warming up in the bullpen is a right-hander for Hastings. So Luke Bay perhaps buying a little bit of time for him. Mackey coming in relief of JT Cafferty, and Mackey sitting at 19 pitches is all. But been a little bit of a rough inning here, giving up 2 singles, and this is more of a talk down from the ledge type thing for Luke Bay. I'm anxious to see Luke pitch on Wednesday. He's going to be the starting pitcher. See how many innings he goes. Does he pull himself? Does he make
Who visits
talk to
the
himself
mound?
at the mound?
Actually, Scott Galusha is going to be the manager, so Scott will visit him. So yeah, I think they've got a couple opportunities. Going to try to get some different guys on the field. Maybe some guys from the community to play in that game too.
That'll be interesting. So it's an exhibition game. So stats don't count and stuff then, or okay?
Nope. It's just a for fun exhibition against the U.S. Military All-Stars coming to town Wednesday, 6:35.
So watch Hastings have 4 home runs in that game. So here is Servine coming up. Giancarlo Servine fouls that one off. I've never seen a game with more than 1 home run here in it.
I will not take odds that there will be 4 home runs hit on Wednesday.
Combined even, yeah.
Right.
So no balls, 1 strike, 2 on here. Runners on second and third as North Platte is threatening.
Matter of fact, in the history of Duncan Field, I would dare say that there's probably never been a 4 home run game. I can't tell you that, but I would be very surprised if there had been a 4 home run game at Duncan Field ever.
Yeah, I don't think so. I can't remember a 2 since I've been doing this for a few years, but the ball's 1 strike. Mackey getting a long look to his catcher, wants a new sign. 2 runners on here. You have Sturgeon standing on third, Flag standing on second. Still 3-3, top 7. Platte threatening here. That one into left field. That's going to be a base hit as well. 3 hits in a row. As come up firing is Garrett Kennedy. And 1 run will score, but it could have been a lot worse. Kennedy gets it in quickly. It's now 4-3. North Platte lead again here in the 7th.
Reminiscent of the first. They've just come up and put some good swings on the ball, and all 3 have reached. And now if you're Braden Mackey, or the relief pitcher, if you will, because Mackey's day is going to be done, you just hope to minimize the damage. There's going to be runners at first and third. Nobody out for the new Hastings Sodbuster pitcher, as the Sodbusters are going to make a pitching change here in inning number 7. The Sodbusters on the short end of a 4-3 game, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Service. It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Ryan Jacobs comes in the game for Hastings. And for Jacobs, some numbers here on him. This is his 8th appearance for Hastings. He has a 4.76 ERA, a 1-0 record. He has started 1 game, saved 2, pitched 22 2/3 innings pitched this year, struck out 36 batters, only given up 7 walks and 25 hits. Last pitched against the Moo on the 27th. So.
And I know the Sodbusters, they had some statistical issues out in Casper, so Jacobs did get an inning just this past Saturday. As a matter of fact, he worked the 9th to pick up a save for Will Horton in that game. The Sodbusters breaking their losing streak on Saturday. He worked the 9th in that game. So they actually had the official stats had Blake Scott pitching, and he did not pitch in that game. Chris Mazzini came in through an inning, and then Ryan Jacobs threw an inning. So Jacobs kind of getting back in the groove. He had been roughed up for a couple of straight games, and he is going to be facing a really big challenge here to try to keep it 4-3 with first and third and nobody out. And the guy that you probably want out there if you need a strikeout is Jacobs, and so he is a guy that at least has that capability. So just trying to minimize the damage. Or the Sodbusters would settle for a double play here as they put the infield back at their double play depth on the middle infield.
So Lucas Johnson comes up pinch hitting here for North Platte. And showing bunts, letting the runner steal base is going to be Servine. So not sure why Higgs is out of the game, but it is Johnson in there hitting now.
And Servine with the 7th stolen base. And like I said, this North Platte team very aggressive on the bases, and they did not hesitate there. So there goes the double play ball, and now Soundbusters have to bring the infield back in.
Because Johnson takes the pitch low. So one of your best hitters is out of the game right now in Higgs. I'm not sure why he is out. But that's the way it is. So you have 3 guys on, 1 run in and 2 guys on here. 4-3 with North Platte with the lead. You have Flag and Servine on base, and that one low as well. 2 balls. 3 balls and no strikes. So Connor Johnson is 29th at bats this year for North Platte, batting .538, and so you go from a guy batting .530-something to a guy batting .530-something. Swung on and missed on that one and got him swinging on the 3-0. You think maybe he'd be taken, but that was a good strike. So Lucas Johnson in for Connor Higgs. 1 run in here on 3 hits this inning for North Platte, and that one inside for a ball. So Jacobs comes in and walks the first batter he sees, and the 4th batter in a row has reached for North Platte here in the 7th.
And now big chance here. You hope the middle infielders are back at double play depth. The guy who probably is not the fastest on this North Platte team. Maybe you can turn 2. You'd even go ahead and give up another run here if you can turn 1 in the middle infield. Corner infielders come in, so they would bring their first throw home to try to go for a double play that way.
De La Cruz takes the first pitch, and they hit him with it, so that's the absolute last thing you want to do at this moment. Hit by pitch, and things are falling apart here for Jacobs very quickly.
A walk and a hit batsman. 2 runs have scored in the inning, and the bases will still be loaded with North Platte on top by a count of 5-3.
I think Luke Bay saying maybe he either leaned into it or didn't make any effort to get out of the way, and he didn't make much effort if he did. I'll give him that, but nonetheless, he's still standing on first base. So.
And it was inside. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
He certainly didn't lean out over it. I don't think there's a whole lot of argument you can make right there. Just didn't bring it over the plate.
So coming up is Oscar Stark. Stark is 2 sacrifice flies and a ground out. I guess 2 fly balls. They have him 0 for 2 anyway, so 1 must have been a sacrifice fly. And first pitch misses for a ball. So Jacobs having a hard time finding his groove right now. Bases full of Plainsmen. 2 runs in this inning. They lead 5-3. 3 hits, a walk, a hits batsman. Still struggling to get it out is Hastings. Hastings puts up 3 in the 6th. You think, okay, we're in good shape. And then they come in, and boy, North Platte answers right back with another 2, and still only 2 outs, or no outs.
7 pitches thrown, make it 8 now. 7 of them have been balls.
Oscar Stark hits that one deep to center field. Burrows on his horse, makes a catch deep in center field. Runners will tag, throw going to third base. It's off balance, and they are going to. What happened there? Why is the runner running? Oh, it's everybody. He retreated back to first. That's what I was. There was a guy running to second. I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Okay, so a sac fly for a Stark as he flies
Again.
out to Burrows. Burrows threw it to third base to try to cut off the run there. Didn't happen as Lucas Johnson able to get there. De La Cruz retreats back to first. The runners at first and third. 3 runs home, and they did at least get an out with Griffin Myers at the plate.
Another sac fly there by Stark. Griffin Myers up here. Stark overran first and was running to second, so I was trying to figure out who that was. Anyways, confused me there. 1 ball, no strike pitch here. Jacobs gets it in there for a strike. North Platte with their 7th batter of the inning. Just 1 down. They've put 3 up here in the 7th. They scored 3 in the 1st. Haven't scored since, but they've battled back here in the 7th after Hastings tied it up in the bottom of the 6th. That one goes over to Luke Bay in the dugouts. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Griffin Myers.
I love the way North Platte plays. I mean, they just run and run and run some more. A guy who I said probably wouldn't run, Angel De La Cruz, he was off at the pitch as they had the hit and run going.
Wow.
De La Cruz had no stolen bases coming into today. 104 stolen bases for this team, and they have pretty much tried to take every extra base they could.
That one, a chopper up the middle. Who's going to get it? Shortstop. So it's the first, back to second, and stopping there's De La Cruz, and they get him, so it's a very unconventional double play. Nice base running there by De La Cruz. I like the idea, but they do get the outs.
The question is, I think the run should score here.
Yeah, that's what he was doing, is he was delaying long enough for the run to score, so they should count that run.
Yeah, because it was a situation. If you do 6-4-3 on the double play, the run does not score, but that was a force at first. They get the out at second, and the run does score. So, yep, that's the right call.
That's good base running there by De La Cruz just to keep that alive enough. He's got a big smile on his face because he stopped. They got the force out at first, back to second, and that about bide enough time for them to score the run. So very good base running there, even though we got the double play. It's another run in. 4 runs in for North Platte. Hastings trails by 4 now. 7-3. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Let's take a break, come right back.
How do you remember things? Post-it note, string around your finger, smartphone reminder? Whatever you do, remember Nebraska Pick 3 2x2 and My Day. 3 great Nebraska Lottery Lotto games that are all $1 per play with drawings every day. Nebraska Pick 3 lets you choose your own bet type. 2x2 has a $22,000 top prize. And with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. Must be 19, please play responsibly. Oh, got a reminder. Produced Nebraska Lottery commercial. I'm all over that.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Well, 4 runs up there for North Platte in the 7th, and Busters have to battle back here on 7th inning stretch. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein with you. Mason Hendricks to our right running the cameras tonight. Happy to have you along. 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Make sure you're blowing stuff up from a distance, or just better yet, let's watch somebody else do it. Make sure stuff you own, too, if you're blowing stuff up. That could be interesting. 4th of July, Independence Day. Busters wearing the Independence Day uniforms and haven't been very lucky for them, although they did get lucky in the bottom of the 6th. Able to put 3 runs on, but gave up another 4 in the 7th. And just we'll see what they can do here in the 7th as they go back to the top of the order for Hastings. It'll be Kennedy, Larson, and Harper. Happy to have you guys along. Coming up at Wednesday will be interesting. It'll be a fun game, exhibition game. Stats won't count, but it'll be fun. Luke Bay, the manager, going to pitch, and Chris Ceballos, the catcher, the assistant manager, will be the catcher against the military, traveling all-star team. Pretty cool. So Gary Kennedy leading things off here for the Busters. Kennedy reached his last time up in the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, and that one fouls it off for strike 1. Officially 1 of 3 on the evening is Kennedy. Started the game in right field, moved over to left when Duddleston came in. Pitch coming up here from Bunch, and is foul tipped into the glove. Down in the count is 0-2 here to Kennedy. Garrett Kennedy, Brandon Larson, Aaron Harper scheduled up here for Hastings in the bottom of the 7th. Hastings had such a good 6th inning, tying it up. He thought, okay, he'd come back and hold them in the 7th, and that didn't happen. 7 men reached the plate for North Platte, and they put 4 on the board. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Garrett Kennedy. Speedy outfielder. Down in there for strike 3 called, and that's strikeout looking again, and he doesn't like it. That one looked pretty good from up here. 1 down. Strikeout for Bunch there. In relief, that is his 3rd strikeout. Take that back. It's his 3rd strikeout. And it brings up Brandon Larson. Larson up in the count 1-0. I have 3 for him for strikeouts. Is that right? No, it's 2. You 2. I take that back. You're right. 2 for him. Strike in there for Larson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, the other strikeout was Tamia at the end of the inning last inning. Here is the 1-1. Larson fouls that one off first base side. Screamer down the first base line. No chance of grabbing it there by the base coach. That's Jacob Watson. He's like, nah, I want to keep my fingers, thank you.
Especially right-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
Don't reach out with your right hand, Jacob.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 7-3 North Platte with the lead, and that pitch misses for a ball.
Although, no, Jacob's a lefty. So I guess if you're going to reach out, do it with your right hand. Yeah.
Well, that's right. He is. You're correct. So 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up, and swung on and missed. Brandon Larson about came out of his cleats on that one, and Bunch is starting to find a groove here, and that's not good.
What a bounce back for Bunch. He came in, got a ground out, but then allowed a single, a double, and a walk, but gets Tamiya to strike out with the bases loaded to end the inning and strikes out the first 2 here in the 7th to really put the momentum back on the side of the Plains.
So up now is Aaron Harper. Harper singled back in the 6th. First pitch swinging on that one to right center field. That's going to fall in for a hit easily. And Aaron Harper with 2 hits. Hopefully he's starting to find his groove thing, and it couldn't come at a better time with Busters need runners down by 4.
Big if they could find a way to get that run home to at least answer a little bit after the 4-run top of the inning. And Mr. Double, Trevor Matson, steps back up there, had the 2-run double last inning, another double here, and the Sodbusters could at least get 1 back after they gave up 4 in the top of the inning.
Yeah, you'd love to get at least 1 or 2 on this inning. Trevor Matson able to get RBIs, hit in the first 2 runs of the game for Hastings last inning in the 6th. Takes first pitch like always. That one misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Busters trail 7-3 here in the 7th inning. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein on the call, and Mason Hendricks running our cameras. Aaron Harper leading off of first. That went in there for a strike, so Trevor taking until he got a strike. Now he's got one. Outfield playing kind of shallow for right and center for him. Left fielder playing about where he was last time when he hit the double, about middle left field, and last time he tattooed that thing over his head. Be nice to have the exact replay of that right here. Throw to first, Harper diving back. Ball and a strike. So no baseball tomorrow here in Hastings, at least for Sodbusters. There will be a high school all-star game here tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike, or Legion baseball, if you will. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch is in there for strike 2. I'll be here tomorrow taking photos for my full-time job for the newspaper. So I probably won't do that from the press box, though, because they wouldn't be very good photos from up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Busters looking to get runner into scoring position, but they're down by 2 outs, or down by 2 strikes here. 1 and 2. A runner standing on first base. Trevor Matson takes the pitch way outside from Bush.
The wind is just wrong for Caleb Bunch. He's had his pad blow off like 3 times this at bat.
So Bunch now gets it to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Came in relief of 5 Ash, who pitched a pretty good game, but now this is Bunch is the pitcher of record here for North Platte. He comes set. Matson able to nub that one off to the pitcher himself, who runs over and just says, I'll take it at first. And nothing doing there for Hastings in the 7th inning. They still trail 7-3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base for Hastings at the end of 7. Steve will have in the 8th. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
All right, Busters trail 7-3, and North Platte will come up here in the 8th. Steve Stein will have you for the 8th and 9th innings.
Thank you very much, Josh Salmon. As we've had a pretty entertaining game, Sodbusters got off to a really tough start in the contest and able to battle back and tie it, but give North Platte a lot of credit after Hastings had grabbed the momentum. North Platte took it right back, scoring 4 runs in the 7th inning as they sent 7 men to the plate. Here's Cade Wood to bat against Ryan Jacobs, out for his first inning to start anyway. He came in relief of Braden Mackey with 2 on, nobody out, and scuffled a little bit as he gave up the inherited runners and then one of his own. As he walked one, hit one, gave up a sacrifice fly, but then got a double play to end the frame. First pitch misses, 1 ball and no strikes to Cade Wood, and the pitch is across for a strike. 1-1 the count on Cade Wood. He is 1 for 3 on the day, an infield single his first time up. He's grounded out and popped up since. 7 runs, 10 hits for the Plainsmen, 3 runs, 7 hits for the Sodbusters, and 1 error. Pitch foul back. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cade Wood. Wood, another prospect of a Ranger Junior College. Go along with the pitcher of record, Caleb Bunch, the Ranger. 1-2 delivery, and that is inside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cade Wood. Hastings Sodbusters down to their final 6 outs as they try to battle back against the North Platte Plainsmen. Right-hander Ryan Jacobs brings it over, and this one is bounced foul as the third baseman Aaron Harper over to grab it. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cade Wood. Wood against Western Nebraska went 1 for 3 in a 5-2 victory on Friday. 2 teams were rained out Saturday. Did play on Sunday yesterday, and Wood went 1 for 3 with a run scored. They started a second game of a doubleheader, but it got rained out. Couldn't make it through the 5th. Not sure if that game's going to be finished or not later in the year. 2-2 pitch misses. They will appeal down to first, and Wood did not go around, so it goes to a full count on Wood. Ryan Jacobs, good to see him on the hill here today, the Tarleton State Texan. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. Of course, Texas is a big old state, but a lot of Texans on this Hastings roster as well. Ground ball to the shortstop. Garcia throws. Nice dig out there for Larson. And Danny Garcia to Brandon Larson. They will retire Cade Wood, and that will bring to the plate Garrett Thompson. Garrett Thompson, 0 for 3 on the day. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout in his first 3 trips against Hastings pitching. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th, 2 big innings for North Platte. The difference in this one, 3 in the first, and then a back-breaking 4-run 7th inning, just a half inning after Hastings had tied it with 3 in the 6th. Give the Plainsmen a heck of a lot of credit as they found their mojo, got the momentum right back, and then the Sodbusters could not score in the bottom of the 7th. So it's going to be rally time for Hastings, down at least 4 heading into their final 2 at-bats against the Plainsmen. Pitch misses for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Thompson, with leadoff hitter Drew Sturgeon waiting on deck for the Plainsmen. 1-0 delivery. Low for ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. Again, if you're watching and are in the Hastings area, come on out Wednesday. Exhibition game against the U.S. Military All-Stars. Gets underway at 6:35. And a lot of special pregame festivities as they have big salute to military in the pregame. And the Sodbusters going to be wearing these same red, white, and blue jerseys that they're featuring here today. And then those will be auctioned off after that game, with proceeds going to a charity that benefits the U.S. military. 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Thompson. So 1 on and 1 out. Thompson reaches base for the first time today. And top of the order, Drew Sturgeon comes to the plate. 7-3 the score. North Platte on top. It's getting late. Top half of the 8th inning. That's the Hastings Sodbusters need to shut it down here and try to find a way to get some offense going. Sturgeon, single his first time up, scored. Then a ground out, a fly out, but the 7th inning came through in a big way. A single, went to second on a wild pitch. Ended up scoring on an error. Pitch fouled away, the lone error of the game. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Drew Sturgeon. Sturgeon didn't play in the first game of the doubleheader. or the first game of the series against Western Nebraska, did play yesterday, went 0 for 2 in that first game, the only game that will officially count statistically at this point. Sturgeon rifles this one down the right field line, a long run, but no chance to get there for Sawyer Duddleston, and the count is 2 strikes. Duddleston now in right field after coming into bat for Dallin Quigley. Garrett Kennedy in left. The center fielder remains Blake Burrows. At third base, it's Aaron Harper. Shortstop's Danny Garcia. Second baseman, Tegan Tamiya. And at first, it's Brandon Larson with Nick Jones doing the catching today. And Ryan Jacobs out for his second inning of relief work. Losing pitcher would be Braden Mackey if this score holds. Pitch taken high and outside. Count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Hastings, starter J.T. Cafferty worked his way through 4 2/3 innings, allowing 3 runs. And he allowed 3 runs in that first inning, but able to put up a 0 second, third, and fourth before being taken out with 2 outs in the 5th. Pretty courageous effort for him. He would not figure in the decision here. Pitch missing, 2 balls, 2 strikes now in Sturgeon with a runner at first, 1 out. North Platte trying to add to a 7-3 lead. As the big right-hander takes his time, brings it over, and this pitch called strike. Throw down, and safe on the stolen base. So not a strike him out, throw him out, but they do get Sturgeon looking, and a steal of the base for Garrett Thompson. So Thompson in scoring position with 2 outs. Thompson, 8 stolen bases coming into today, had been caught 2 times. He was able to steal that one. Now Connor Flagg trying to bring him home with North Platte already on top 7-3. I mentioned the fact over 100 stolen bases for this North Platte team. Well, the Sodbusters had 51 coming into today. Pitch taken high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Connor Flagg. Flagg out of Central Arkansas against the right-hander Ryan Jacobs from Tarleton State, from Spring, Texas. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit high. 2-0. Jacobs walked the first man he faced, then hit a guy. Able to prompt a sacrifice fly, and then an inning-ending double play after coming in relief of Braden Mackey. 2-0 delivery. Pitch upstairs, and it's 3-0 on Connor Flagg. So a walk to Sturgeon, and now 3-0 to Flagg, and Ryan Jacobs working himself into a little bit of a jam here after the walk to Garrett Thompson. Here's the pitch, and it's a walk. So he walked Thompson, he ended up striking out Sturgeon, and now walks Flagg. There are 2 on and 2 out as a visit to the mound from the catcher, Nick Jones. Now it'll be up to Giancarlo Servine, and you do not want to walk Flagg to get to Servine, who is a great RBI producer for this team. Already has 2 hits in the game, an RBI, and a run scored. So big moment here as the Sodbusters trying to remain a part of this game. They're down by 4. We're in the 8th inning. I feel like any more, it's going to get awfully tough to come back. 4, you're kind of at least on the fringe. But first and second, 2 outs, the pitch. Servine takes strike 1. No balls and 1 strike the count on Giancarlo Servine. Servine had one of the big at-bats last inning. Single and a stolen base to go along with the run scored. The first 4 reached and all of them scored. Actually, the first 5 reached, with 4 of them scoring in that 4-run inning. Servine hits this one high in the air, right field. Duddleston back a few steps and makes the catch, and that'll do it for North Platte. They threaten but do not score. No runs, no hits. 2 men left. And we've played 7.5 stretch time here at Duncan Field, with the Hastings Sodbusters trailing it by a score of 7-3.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball since 1980 with a continued commitment to celebrate America's favorite pastime. The Budweiser brand was introduced in 1876 using time-honored brewing methods such as beechwood aging, which provides unparalleled balance and character. Each batch of Budweiser stays true to the same family recipe used by 5 generations of Busch family brewmasters. We welcome you to enjoy a cold Budweiser while cheering on your favorite hometown team, the Hastings Sodbusters. You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 8. Hastings trying to find a way here as they trail it by a score of 7-3. Looking to find the measure of Caleb Bunch. He scuffled when he came in the 6th inning, allowing back-to-back-to-back base runners, but since that time struck out 3 in a row, then allowed a 2-out single before prompting Trevor Matson to ground out to end the 7th, and now 5, 6, and 7 up there as the Sodbusters trail by 4 with just 6 outs with which to work. Same two teams will meet later in the year, but this was just a one-game deal here on this 4th of July. North Platte be able to hit the road and catch some fireworks on the way back. All of the Hastings faithful will have a chance to go to their respective fireworks shows. Then tomorrow off for the Sodbusters. Pitch taken for a strike. No balls. 1 strike on Danny Garcia. And then the exhibition game Wednesday against the U.S. Military All-Stars, playing several teams in this Independence League over this past week or so. Hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. Don't want to hit it there. Cade Wood has been really good, and he is able to gun down Danny Garcia as the opposing shortstops ground out to one another, and that will bring to the plate Nick Jones. Jones with a couple of really good at-bats his last 2 times up there as he had a double to begin the offense. The first hit of the game for the Sodbusters in the 5th. He followed that up with an RBI single in the 6th and was stranded at third base when the inning ended. Bounces this one toward the right side. Nice backhand stop by the first baseman. Throws to the pitcher covering. Really good defense for this North Platte team today. As De La Cruz to Bunch, and very quickly 2 outs. 2 pitches, in fact, have netted 2 outs here. And you don't really want to do that when you're down by 4 runs. Trying to find a way to get base runners, and there's a fine line between being aggressive. You want to try to hit strikes, but you also want to try to be somewhat patient. Duddleston takes a strike. If the pitcher's throwing strikes, well, do you swing at them? If you do, and they're hits, great. If not, people will say, why aren't we more patient? So, darned if you do, darned if you don't. And there's Duddleston taking strike 2, so back-to-back strikes. Hey, hats off to Caleb Bunch. He's just knowing the situation here with his team up by 4. Come in and throw strikes, and he's thrown 4 straight here in the 8th. Duddleston stepped out to try to break the rhythm of Caleb Bunch a little bit. Pitch is rifled into left field for a base hit. So there's a good 0-2 swing for Sawyer Duddleston, and he's had a really good time since coming in for Dallin Quigley. A walk, a double, and now a single for Sawyer Duddleston, and that will bring to the plate Blake Burrows. Burrows lined out his first time up, laid down a sacrifice back in the 5th, walked in the 6th. Now in the 8th inning, Sodbusters have a runner aboard, 2 outs, trailing it by a count of 7-3 out of their final 4 outs of this one. As Blake Burrows stands in the left-handed box against the big right-hander Bunch, and a swing and a foul ball, no balls and 1 strike. Mentioned the U.S. Military All-Stars. They had began their little barnstorming tour of the Independence League. Played Western Nebraska on Saturday. Going to be in action. Well, they're in action today against the Casper Horseheads. They'll be here on Wednesday, and then Thursday head to Fremont before closing their series out at North Platte on Friday. 1-1 the count now on Blake Burrows, but a 6:35 start time here on Wednesday for the Hastings Sodbusters. That will not count in the standings, not count in the stats. In fact, Luke Bay is going to be the starting pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters that day, the former K-State pitcher. Pitch is in there for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Blake Burrows. Sodbusters will have a couple of days off after that exhibition and be at North Platte on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday before returning home to play North Platte Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So these two teams had only played 3 times this season so far. They'll have today's game and then play 6 in a row from July 9th to July 14th. Get plenty of the Plainsmen, and they're solid. They had a 17-10 first half. Everybody in that Nebraska Land Division can play it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Well hit ball to right field. This could be trouble, and that's going to fall for a hit. Sawyer Duddleston flies around third. Here comes the throw home. It's a one-hopper mishandled by the catcher. Duddleston scores, and Burrows gets all the way to third on the play. Pretty well thrown ball. It'll be an RBI double off the bat of Blake Burrows, and the Sodbusters get a run home here in the 8th. You feel a lot better now, down by 3, and you'd love to get that next run home. Pretty decent relay, and that was a good one-hopper from the second baseman, Drew Sturgeon, to the catcher, but he just could not handle it. The ball was there in plenty of time, and the Sodbusters will have Tegan Tamiya at the plate. 0 for 3 on the day. Big chance for him now with a runner at third and 2 outs. It was a simple enough start for Bunch. A couple of ground outs on the first 2 pitches, then a 2-strike single for Duddleston. He was brought home. The RBI double from Blake Burrows. Sodbusters down by 3. Tamiya takes a pitch. 1 ball and no strikes as the hat comes flying off. Caleb Bunch. Bunch has had that issue since entering the contest. Bunch will look in at his catcher, Griffin Myers. Hastings trails at 7-4. Swing and a foul ball. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike over Tegan Tamiya. Right-handed hitting, number 9 hitter for this Hastings Sodbuster squad. As Bunch takes a look at Burrows at third, brings the pitch home, and that's right across for a strike. 1-2 on Tegan, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Fly out, ground out, strikeout. The Hastings Sodbusters second baseman getting late here as Hastings trying to find a way to rally. 7 runs, 10 hits for North Platte. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Sodbusters. They've committed the only error. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. North Platte had headed off the field. 2-2 the count. They'll retreat to their positions. Some of the other highlights of the second half schedule for the Sodbusters. They're going to have a 6-game homestand from July 19th to the 24th. You can check out the schedule at HastingsSodbusters.com. 2-2 pitch on the way. Tamiya swings and misses a large strikeout there as Bunch strikes him out for the second time, and Hastings will settle for 1. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 man left, and we head to the 9th inning. It's North Platte 7, Hastings 4, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
Proud to bring you Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings on the short end, trailing it by a count of 7-4 as we go to the 9th inning, and Hastings trying to keep it at that 3-run deficit with Chris Mazzini. This line did not show up in the official stats. He came in and worked a scoreless inning in his last outing on Saturday. Really nice inning for him. You hope he can come in and put another 0 on the board right here, earning another appearance after that good relief outing against the Casper Horseheads in the 4-2 win on Saturday. Chris give it a chance here to try to keep it a 3-run deficit. 7 runs, 10 hits for Western Nebraska, for North Platte, I should say, and 4 runs, 9 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. So Mazzini replaces Ryan Jacobs. He is the 4th pitcher of the day for the Hastings Sodbusters. Chris Mazzini, a left-handed pitcher out of Northeast Community College, the accounting major from Parker, Colorado. He's a returnee from last year's team, and hopefully he can just have the same kind of outing that he put forth on Saturday. First pitch, bounced back up the middle. Garcia's got it on 2 hops. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good job, good start there. As Lucas Johnson came in, first pitch swinging there, and he grounds out. So 6-3 on the put out there, and that will bring to the plate Angel De La Cruz. De La Cruz, a big day. He's been on base all 4 times, a pair of singles, a walk. He was also hit by a pitch. He's got a couple of RBIs today. An Angel in the right-handed box. Mazzini brings the pitch, and that's way outside. Lost control of that one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Angel De La Cruz out of the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. I'm sure he probably had some interaction with Blake Burrows, who was a vaquero this past year. 2-0 the count now on Angel De La Cruz. Nobody on, 1 out. The pitch from Mazzini, high and outside, 3-0 now on De La Cruz. 7-4. Sodbusters trying to keep it at that 3-run deficit. Hastings will have the top of the order in the 9th. They had a 3-run inning earlier today, and going to need at least 3 in the 9th. 4-pitch walk. So ground out on the first pitch, but then Mazzini couldn't find the zone, and that will bring to the plate Oscar Stark. Stark, sacrifice flies first time up, flew out to right in the 3rd. Then he grounded into fielder's choice, had another sacrifice fly, so 2 RBIs on the day, officially 0 for 2 on the day for Oscar Stark out of Washington State, freshman from Wood Hills, California. Pitch taken for a strike, no balls and 1 strike on Oscar Stark. Sodbusters tried to find a way here today, put together a little modest 2-game winning streak after losing 6 in a row. Off speed, swung on and missed, quickly 2 strikes. Saw that losing streak continue with a 10-3 loss on Friday at Casper, but bounced back to win 4-2 and 19-4 yesterday. Like a few of those runs today. Pitch way high for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sodbusters in the vintage red, white, and blue special jerseys for this week only. They'll wear these Wednesday, and then they're going to auction those off for a charity to benefit a military organization. 1-2 pitch, bouncing ball to the right side, fielded by Tommy. A throw to second for 1, over to first, double play, 4-6-3 on the twin killing. As Tomia throws it to Danny Garcia, Garcia to Brandon Larson, and a good job there for Chris Mazzini to face the minimum. He did issue the 1-out walk, but 4-6-3 on the twin killing. And bottom of the 9th coming up. Sodbusters continue to trail it. It is 7-4, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
Sodbusters are going to need 3 runs to tie. Here in the 9th inning, they trail the North Platte Plainsmen by a score of 7-4. And let's see if this is a new pitcher coming out there. It looks like it is for North Platte. Their 3rd pitcher of the day, and that is Will Humphrey out of Northern Oklahoma Tonkawa Junior College. So, get a chance to see Will Humphrey. He replaces Caleb Bunch, who worked 2 2/3 innings through 49 pitchers. Bunch would be the winning pitcher if this score holds. Humphrey making his 10th appearance. He's thrown 22 2/3 innings, allowing 13 runs, 13 earned runs, 14 overall on 26 hits. He has struck out 27 and walked 7, an ERA of 5.16, and he's going to be facing the top of the order. So the Sodbusters have their opportunity, just where they want to be for a multi-run inning. They'll face a guy who doesn't have a great ERA on the year, but looks like he can bring it a little bit. So let's see how it goes here for the Sodbusters. Hats off to Chris Mazzini. There's a guy who's really been scuffling with control really during his Sodbuster career, but he's put together back-to-back really good outings, and just great to see for Chris. Matter of fact, trying to get an interview with him and maybe play him back as a Sodbuster spotlight here in the coming week. 7-4 is the score. North Platte on top. And these two teams going to be seeing a lot of one another over the next couple of weeks. After the Sodbusters take Thursday and Friday off, it'll be a road trip to North Platte, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then a 3-game homestand against the Plainsmen. So you throw this game in, 7 straight against North Platte in this league, then 3 at Fremont, a day off, and 3 home games against Fremont, then 3 more against the Plainsmen. And they're going to wind things down. Sodbusters going to be making a long road trip. They'll be at the Gem City Bison on July 26th, 7th, and 8th, and be playing Fremont in a split doubleheader. They'll have Fremont actually here on the 29th, and then play a split doubleheader on the 30th with a game in Fremont and then one back here the same day. So that's going to be kind of a fun little quirk of the schedule toward the end of the year. All right, let's see what Garrett Kennedy can get done. Sodbusters need 3 to tie. Head to the bottom of the 9th inning, and 7-4 the score. North Platte Plainsmen on top of the Hastings Sodbusters with Garrett Kennedy standing in the right-handed box. Up and down day for him, has a single and a run scored, but he's also struck out twice and popped it up. Taking ball 1 ball and no strikes to Garrett Kennedy, one of the more consistent players on this Sodbuster team. Excellent defender and hitting .338 on the year. It's been all over the lineup. Most recently at the top of the order. Big swing, no contact here. 1 ball and 1 strike on Garrett Kennedy with Brandon Larson and Aaron Harper also scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the 9th. Right-hander Will Humphrey trying to come in and earn the save for the North Platte Plainsmen. The pitch. Right there for a strike. 1-2 now on Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Played in 18 games in the spring. Millard West grad. He grew up in Grand Island before his family moved to the metro area. 1-2 pitch, rifled to left field. The left fielder can't see it. It gets by him, and Kennedy will be around first and on his way to second. You know how wicked the outfield is here, and Connor Flagg had no idea where it was. It's a leadoff double for the Sodbusters here in the 9th. Hastings will take it. That's why it's so impressive what guys like Garrett Kennedy can do out and left when they shield the sun so well. Because Garrett, one of the guys that makes it look about as easy as anybody out in the outfield for the Hastings Sodbusters. And this time of night is about as bad as it gets for the left side of the infield and for that left fielder. So now the Sodbusters with a chance. Brandon Larson will come to the plate. And after having a 4-hit game yesterday, he is 0 for 4 today with a couple of groundouts and 2 strikeouts as well. Will Humphrey in there for his first inning of relief, trying to earn a save. The pitch. Missing for ball 1, and really that first hit probably shouldn't have been a hit for the Hastings Sodbusters, but you will take it. Multi-hit game for Garrett Kennedy. 7 runs, 10 hits for North Platte. 4 runs, 10 hits for Hastings. They have committed the only error of the game. Will Humphrey, a check of the runner at second, who shouldn't be going anywhere. Down by 3. And Larson hits this one foul down the left field line. Count goes to 1-1 on Brandon Larson, who has really been tearing it up at the plate. tonight notwithstanding. You have your up and down days in baseball. Yesterday, certainly an up one for Larson and the Hastings Sodbusters, which scored 19 runs on 24 hits, 4 of those to Larson with 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, and a triple. 1-1 pitch. That's off the glove of the catcher. It's going to be a pass ball to get a runner to third and nobody out. And Sodbusters now have a 2-1 count on Brandon Larson with Garrett Kennedy at third. Third baseman is going to ask for sunglasses and get him, Oscar Stark. And like I say, it is a terrible time of night. The sun setting in the west. You had your shortstop already with sunglasses. The left fielder, I'm not sure if he had them, but he certainly had no chance to get that last fly ball, which ended up being a double off the bat of Garrett Kennedy. That is Connor Flack. Big swing, no contact here for Larson, who is not pleased with that swing out of the zone. Now 2-2, nobody out, bottom of the ninth. Sodbusters trying to rally from 3 runs down. They trail it by a score of 7-4. And the right-hander, Will Humphrey, set to go. Brings it home. Low for ball 3. Sodbusters take a walk here. Love to get the tying run to the plate with nobody out in the ninth. Particularly with Harper's got a couple of hits, and Matson, who has a 2-run double coming up. 3-2 the count. Nobody out. Runner at third. Big at bat here. Pitch comes. Called strike 3. Larson could not pull the trigger. He goes down looking for the second time today. He goes down on strikes for the third time today. And that is a large first out, and the first out of this ninth inning on the strikeout from Will Humphrey. Here's Aaron Harper. Harper has been on base 3 times. He is 2 for 3 with a run scored. Will Humphrey comes back to get Brandon Larson on a borderline call at the knees on the outside corner, which has been called a strike most of the day. Humphrey brings home the pitch. Curveball inside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at third. 1 out now. The Sodbusters down to their final 2 outs, trailing at 7-4. Each team has 10 hits. Sodbusters trying to put together a 9th inning rally against the North Platte Plainsmen, a team which tied for first in the first half standings in the Nebraska Land Division, but lost the head-to-head series against Western Nebraska 4-2 and subsequently did not win the title. So now trying to win the second half title. Fremont's off to the good start at 4-1. North Platte trying to go to 3-1. Hastings 2-2 right now, pending the outcome of this one. 2-0 delivery and pitch taken inside. 3-0 on Aaron Harper. Trevor Matson waits on deck, and likely a take sign here for Harper, as Humphrey has scuffled with the zone a bit. 3-ball count to back-to-back hitters and a 4-pitch walk to Aaron Harper. So 2 on, just 1 out for Trevor Matson. Sodbusters trailing at 7-4. Looks like there is action in the North Platte bullpen. That's a left-hander warming up. And I see the first baseman, Angel De La Cruz, come over to visit with his pitcher right here, give him a few words of encouragement, and also allow that pitcher to get hot for the North Platte Plainsmen. Sodbusters down to their final 2 outs, but they do bring the tying run to the plate here, trailing at 7-4, bottom half of inning number 9. Hastings scoring 3 runs in the 6th, 1 in the 8th. North Platte has scored in just 2 innings, but big innings both. 3 in the 1st, 4 runs in the 7th, right after Hastings had tied the game at 3. Braden Mackey would be the losing pitcher, while Caleb Bunch would be the winning pitcher. Both of those relievers. Starters not figuring in this one after Caden Fivehash in particular had a great start, but ran out of gas in the 5th and 6th. Big swing, no contact from Matson. Meanwhile, J.T. Cafferty roughed up early, but closed strong. Was able to put some zeros on the board in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and got 2 outs in the 5th before being taken out. 0-1 the count, runners at the corners, and only 1 out. Sodbusters trail at 7-4. The pitch to Matson is low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Trevor Matson. One of the leaders on this Hastings team had such a good summer last year. Scuffled in the spring for Gardner-Webb and does not have a great batting average, but still one of those clutch players you'll like to have up at this time. Hit his 6th double of the game earlier in this contest, and it brought home the first 2 runs for Hastings. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Trevor Matson. A double for Garrett Kennedy. Sun-aided, if you will, but he'll take it regardless. He advanced to third. Aaron Harper with a walk. Right-handed pitcher, Humphrey, brings it home, and Matson swings at one out of the zone, and he is muttering something to himself as he head back to the dugout. Just could not lay off that one that was way out of the zone. And the second strikeout of the inning, and it'll be Danny Garcia to try to keep it going for Hastings, who is 0 for 4. Struck out looking in the second, has since grounded out to the shortstop 3 straight times. So Cade Wood, be ready over there if you're the North Platte Plainsman shortstop. Runners at the corner. Sodbusters down to their final out now, trailing it 7-4. The pitch from Humphrey. Cross on the outside corner for strike 1. Sodbuster fans don't like it. Again, come out on Wednesday. Exhibition baseball against the U.S. Military All-Stars. Going to be really fun. A lot of eat and drink specials to go along with good baseball. Luke Bay going to be the starting pitcher. 0-1 pitch, and that's taken for a ball. 1-1 the count on Garcia. Danny Garcia has been a nice addition to this team. San Jose State product out of Oakland's San Leandro High School. A business entrepreneurship major. Stands in the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to keep it going for one more batter at least. Runners at the corner. Sodbusters have the tying run at the plate here in the 9th. That's about all you can ask when they trail by 4 a couple of innings ago. Battled for 1 run in the 8th and threatening here in the 9th inning. 2-1 the count now on Danny Garcia. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon, Mason Hendricks here at Duncan Field, bringing you Sodbuster Baseball. As the right-hander set to go, and the pitch. Just outside, 3-1 the count now on Danny Garcia. Again, just need base runners. If you can get the tying run on there and hope for an extra base hit. And Nick Jones, guy you'd like up there after he's swung the bat really well today. Garcia trying to work his way on now. 3-1 the count with 2 outs. And the pitch. Foul back. Garcia, good swing there. That will give the Hastings Sodbusters the advantage of having Aaron Harper taking off from first with 3-2 count and 2 outs. You've got Garrett Kennedy over at third base. Sodbusters down by a score of 7-4. 3-2 the count. Pitch of the game to this point with the right-hander Will Humphrey trying to save this one for Caleb Bunch. Garcia trying to keep it going. The pitch swung on and missed, and North Platte has come and won this 4th of July game by a score of 7-4. As a good job for Humphrey to get back-to-back strikeouts. Gave up a double and got a strikeout looking from Larson. Gave up a walk, but then put the fire out with a strikeout of Matson and Garcia. And the Sodbusters fall today by a score of 7-4. We'll give you some numbers here from the head coach when we come back. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
How do you remember things? Post-it note, string around your finger, smartphone reminder? Whatever you do, remember Nebraska Pick 3 2x2 and My Day. 3 great Nebraska Lottery Lotto games that are all $1 per play with drawings every day. Nebraska Pick 3 lets you choose your own and with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. Please play responsibly. Oh, got a reminder. Produced Nebraska Lottery commercial. I'm all over that.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? And exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre. Settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Bringing you Sodbuster Baseball, wrapping up our game here today as the Hastings Sodbusters fall by a score of 7-4. For North Platte, 7 runs on 10 hits. Hastings 4 runs, 10 hits. They committed the only error of the game. Winning pitcher will be Caleb Bunch, who goes 2 2/3 innings for North Platte of relief. Allowed 1 run on 4 hits. He ended up striking out 3 and walking 1. The save to Will Humphrey, who did allow a double and a walk, but then struck out the side when all was said and done, did not allow a run. Meanwhile, for Hastings, they get a decent start from J.T. Cafferty after he really struggled early, coming back and battling through 3 scoreless innings after he gave up that 3 spot in the first, worked 2/3 of an inning in the 5th, then was taken out for Braden Mackey. Mackey goes 1 1/3, and he got into trouble in what was the decisive 7th. The first 3 reached against him. They took him out. Ryan Jacobs came in. He gave up a walk, a hit batsman, a sacrifice fly, got out of that with a double play, and then worked a scoreless. He was able to work a scoreless 8th before Chris Mazzini came in to work the 9th. Really solid inning, throwing only 9 pitches and prompting a 4-6-3 double play. So North Platte with the victory here today by a score of 7-4. As far as some of the hitting highlights, Garrett Kennedy goes 2 for 5 with a run scored. Aaron Harper 2 for 3 with a run scored. Trevor Matson had that big 2-run double to put the Sodbusters on the board. He goes 1 for 5. 2 for 4 for Nick Jones. He had a double and an RBI. Sawyer Duddleston came in to bat for Dalton Quigley and went 2 for 2 with a run scored. Blake Burrows went 1 for 2 with an RBI for the Hastings Sodbusters when we told you about the pitching. And overall, North Platte gets the win today as they improve their overall record to 20-11. They go to 3-1 here in the second half. Hastings falls to 16-15 and 2-3 in the second half standings as Josh Salmon now has joined us once again.
I'm not sure if we're going to get coach up here, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Busters, you had that big inning for them where they came out and they scored 3 in the 6th and then just, needed to go out and do a shutdown inning and just couldn't do it there in the 7th, allowing 4 runs, and that's really the difference in the game there. You thought the backs were against the wall a little bit, but especially against this North Platte team because you knew 3 runs wasn't going to be enough against them. But boy, you really would have liked to tack on a couple more and left some guys on base there late in the game and just weren't able to do anything, especially there in the 9th. Yeah, you were down by 3, but you had 2 guys on and ended up getting 3 strikeouts in that inning. So had some opportunities, but it was just, the guys battled back. I guess that's a positive thing when you were down by 3 for most of the game and able to put 3 up in the inning. But again, the pitching kind of fell apart there a little bit and gave up to a very tough team nonetheless, North Platte, and got the loss there to the very tough Plainsmen.
You're going to have a chance to get a lot of revenge or see that season series swing the other way. They've had 3 really good games up to this point and now have lost 3 out of 4 to the Plainsmen. And again, in case you weren't with us earlier, after the exhibition game, a couple of days off, and then it's 6 in a row against North Platte, 3 there and 3 here. So they will definitely get their fill of the Plainsmen. Then they play 3 more later in July. So can have 9 more games against the Plainsmen before this season is over. And if you're going to win the second half, you're probably going to have to beat the Plainsmen plenty of times in order to do that.
Yeah, they're going to be one of the teams to beat. As we mentioned them, the Pioneers are going to be there. And again, you can't ever rule out Fremont, and prospects are 0-2, but they're a good team as well. So this whole division up and down is just very tough, and you've got to come out here and win 1 game at a time. And right now, that's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Buster's able to lose the first game of the second half, and then win the next 2, and then lost here again tonight. So it's just kind of one of those things, but they've got to find a groove and try to get something going that congruency where they're the hitting is good and then the pitching is bad or vice versa. And again, this is a tough team, but there was no errors in the game, so that's a good thing. But it's just a tough team that came up and showed you what they can do, so maybe that'll prepare them for the next time.
Well, and I'll tell you what, good opportunity. It'll put baseball in perspective Wednesday when we get a chance to hear from I want to get a chance to see the U.S. military all-stars, and so we're going to be able to watch them come here on Wednesday, so that'll be a heck of a lot of fun as that contest gets underway at 6:35. We'll turn things over to Josh as we hear from the head coach, Luke Bay.
Well, Luke, guys were down a little bit, able to battle back there in the 6th. Did you say something to begin that inning just to get the bats alive?
No, I didn't. They just kept fighting the entire game, and they didn't give up. And once we got to that guy, they got to their pin, and the guys were able to motivate themselves to keep playing hard.
Tough start there for J.T. Cafferty, but he came back. He looked good after that second, third inning, just starting to get the pitch cup out there. I think is why he had to come out.
Yeah, he was getting close to his limit, and he was starting to leave some balls up in the zone, and the umpire wasn't giving that part of the zone, so that's why I decided to make the move.
Braden Mackey, not a typical outing for him. Usually pretty solid out of the bullpen, but it was a tough night at the office for him.
Yeah, wasn't his best outing. It wasn't who he is as a pitcher. Maybe trying to do a little too much. I haven't talked to him yet, but he's a really good arm, and he's going to get back in there.
Gets a couple highlights. You had several guys with multi-hits tonight. You had Aaron Harper. Good to see him swinging the bat again. Garrett Kennedy with 2 hits. You had Nick Jones 2 hits, and then Duddleston came in for Quigley and went 2 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. And so good to see those guys getting the bats going and getting some offense generated.
Yeah, absolutely. Every top to bottom, we're all solid hitters at the plate, and the big thing that I've been talking with him about is just control what you can control, right? You can't control the guy behind the dish. You can't control the guy on the mound, right? You got to control and focus on what you're trying to accomplish and stay with yourself.
The guys knew that North Platte was tough coming in. Do you think that was in their mindset? And hey, these guys are have been really good, or do you think that they just kind of blocked it out and just went out and played?
I really think that they just blocked it out and went out and played. And I'm really proud of them. That was the travel over the last 24 hours has been pretty tough, and I thought that they came out and played with great energy and fought till the end, and that's all I ask for every time.
Get past the military game, you're going to see these guys 6 more times, 3 here, 3 there. So you kind of had a little preview. Obviously, you've seen them before on the road, but maybe this is a little eye-opening. Say, hey, we know what we need to do against these guys. They're very tough.
Yeah, they're a solid team, but so are we, and we got to come out and play our best brand of baseball, and that's the expectation each time out, and we weren't able to do it tonight.
All right, Manager Luke Bay, thanks a lot. Are you pitching tomorrow for that game?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I'm sorry. Yeah, Wednesday for the military game.
Yes, I am.
That'll be fun.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
Did Scott Galusha approach you about that?
Yeah, he did. He said that we were planning on doing this, and that if I wanted to pitch, I could. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I love doing it, so why not?
And Chris is gonna be your backstop.
Yeah, it'll be a throwback for sure. It'll be a lot of fun. Being with him at Kansas State, me and him, and so I'm really excited about it.
Cool. That should be a good one. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. All right. Again, our score is 7-3 here, or 7-4, excuse me, as our final as we wrap up the broadcast. This is Josh Salmon for Steve Stein and for Mason Hendricks to our right. We'll see you guys back here on Wednesday for the Military All-Star Game. Again, that's an exhibition game. It doesn't count for standings or stats or anything like that, but it is going to be a fun atmosphere. It's going to be some good baseball and a lot of fun here Wednesday. So get your tickets early because I think this thing is going to sell very well. Well, happy to see you back here on Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in, and happy 4th of July to everybody.